sports animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson.
This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Yeah, correct.
It's Wednesday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? 14, 15. Okay, we made it longer into this show than we did yesterday without technical diffs. So that means we set a personal record. Van Nunley, does your microphone work?
All right, here we go. Check 1, 2. Are we on?
Woo!
All right, Jerry.
Jerry continues to have his job for one more day.
Congratulations.
Welcome to the team.
Congratulations.
Another day off the unemployment line. All right.
Well, it's not actually a line anymore. It's all digital. I mean, that's a misconception.
Now that unemployment doesn't pay you more, you should probably stay here.
Yeah, stay here.
Stay employed.
I used to know this cat named Jerry Wright. He used to ride around town, hang out in unemployment lines. That's not the lyric.
Is that like a Nantucket thing you're doing there?
So I believe it's Boys in the Hood. Boys in the Hood. NBA free agent team roster tracker I have up in front of me. Officially, no one can go anywhere or do anything, but I have them all ready.
Okay. Quick hitters.
Marcus Smart has decided to host a TBT team, and they're going to play at Rutgers Park, and they're going to put it on ESPN, and that's the thing that means the most to me right now.
Give me all the Rucker you got.
Give me all the Marcus
Pour it
Smart
on.
you got. Marcus Smart says, I'm not a point guard, except I took my team to the championship game and no other
Playing
point.
that position.
Duh.
Yeah.
Duh.
What is he then?
I don't know. He says he can't play.
A coach?
So he's the principal of the TBT thing. I don't know what that
principal?
means. The principal.
A-L or L-E?
Can't spell. I've never been able to spell.
I think that'd be an A-L situation.
He's there in principal,
Okay.
but he's got a team that's going to be on the squad. I can't tell you any of the guys are on it, but they're all former association guys. So they're going to be there. But also, I love this TBT thing, pushing back against critics. Obviously, he's got a terrible haircut. That's a big basketball news for today. We'll get into that. We got a good one at 4:15 today. Katie Bone's going to join the boys.
Yay.
There we go. She's Albuquerque's Ninja Warrior. We're going to have her on because now she's America's Ninja Warrior. It's graduating. We're going to ask her about the different levels of warrioring or ninja-ing. I don't know the verbiage. All right, it's actually going to be like a 101 for me. It's going to be like a Ninja 101. And then like her personal success story and where she's going to hope to use that to impact positively into the community, specifically as it relates to JDRF, which everyone knows has a very positive place in our hearts, as we've been so fortunate to work with them in the past.
Fred, I've been a Ninja fan for quite some time now.
Ninja rap.
I watched the Ninja shows.
Yes.
The rise of the Ninja shows the last few years. Not a single katana.
What do you mean?
Not one throwing star.
Okay.
I haven't seen a single person impaled by an Asian weapon.
I don't even really know where Mount Momoriyama is,
Okay.
but I will find it. I will Google it.
Is that a real place?
I believe it is a real place.
Okay.
And if it's not, if it's only a place of fiction, if that's where Sauron hangs out, I'll find that out too when Katie Bone comes on, because we'll get all the details on that.
Okay, you are just mashing different worlds together.
There's a strong possibility.
Yeah. I don't think Sauron that's Lord of the Rings, right?
Or
did I pick up on that reference?
Or it's Harry
Jerry?
Potter. I don't know.
Mordor. Yeah.
Mordor is Harry Potter.
Okay.
Is that not correct?
Mordor is
I don't
also
think so.
Lord.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not an expert on Harry Potter, so maybe he delves into the Lord of the Rings.
All right,
world.
so that's a problem I have now with stuff. And we'll ask Katie Bone's like a 16-year-old kid. Like, she's a big fan of the stuff she's fans of. So we'll ask her about this too. But you have to be like a super fanatic now of stuff to even claim to be a fan of stuff. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I loosely have an understanding of something, I'm a fan.
Sure.
If you're like, I like a band, then like I will immediately be like, name their 3 biggest albums and their 2 best songs and how many times they toured before the lead singer had that is the thing about fandom that drives me crazy right now.
Name the bass player's stepmom.
Yeah.
Are you a real fan?
Yeah. That marriage is only legal in so many states.
Yeah. What was Steve's first job out of high school?
So that's today's I-9 Varsity. It's the I-9 Varsity of worst fan groups. Okay. That's today's I-9 Varsity.
All right, I already got my 4 loaded up.
Okay, but we're going to do it early today. We're going to do it at 5 o'clock today.
Deal.
That's going to be today's I-9 varsity.
That's interesting. A 5 o'clock varsity?
I'm trying to move it around. You know, I'm trying to, because we
Smart.
Yeah, you get out of the office. What's the first thing you want to do? You want to listen to
the
sports
boys.
content? No,
Sure.
sports adjacent content.
Correct.
Jerry, get your fan groups together.
Okay.
Number 1, this show. That's not going to be on the list. Live chat is up. Can hang out with us on the Facebook. If you want to hang out with us on the Facebook, obviously the texter is there, 505-246-0610. Connect with your boys. A lot of NBA talk, a lot of NFL talk today. Major League Baseball is the only major sport for like the next 6 months, unless you count WNBA, MLS, rugby. Actually, I guess there's kind of a lot of sports. I don't know why I said it.
There's
like that.
always
But
multiple sports going.
It's the one on TV.
But one good one.
Yeah.
Which is baseball.
And the best story in it is coming out of Boston today, so we'll talk about that at length as they're blowing games because their closer is an idiot.
My apologies to all the New York Metropolitans fans out
A
there.
lot of Medi boys out there.
Our Houston baseball Astros just took 4 in a row from you. Two road, 2 home.
The best game of the season is tomorrow night.
Sniff a bag of farts, you losers.
You just told the Metropolitans to do that?
Yeah.
That's unacceptable.
Really?
Well, after taking 4 in a row, you just salt on the wound, kicking them while they're down, all those things.
Yeah. While I'm on top, I'm going to jump up and down.
Smart. Now they're going to take an L tomorrow against the Yankees, and that's going to be tough because this is the best game of the year to me. This one-off,
one standalone.
yes, like just a Thursday, and it's not because of like rain. It's because of like this lockout, right? And Major League Baseball was like, we have to reschedule all these. Let's make the best one happen right here. Putting the 2 best teams in the American League against each other. And what to me is a winner take all. Loser will win the World Series. Loser will be a loser. Winner will win the World Series.
God, I really need the Astros to win this one, so I ain't got to hear it from you tomorrow.
I'll talk about it until they play again, which is like just like only
I got to hear it from you on Friday. That's what I should say.
Friday, we're at the ballpark. Come hang out with the boys. We're live from the Isotopes. Big win last night for the Topes.
Yeah, baby.
Walk-off grand slammy boy. Are you kidding me? In the history of all things ever done, that's the first time that one was ever done. Write that down.
That's way better than a walk-off infield fly. It's good to be home.
All right, walk-off infield fly is for losers.
Okay, that's happened to us last week, so tread lightly.
Okay, I mean, it made us winners the loser way.
I love the gymnastics you're doing right now.
The same gymnastics that Katie Moan does every day. She'll join us at 4:15. Rock climbing. We did a little pre-interview. Katie Bone was like, I'm a member of like 7 gyms. And I was like, that's kind of too many. That's one every day of the week. Like that's too many gyms. Take one day off.
I don't even know that many gyms.
Okay. How many gyms do I know?
Does James count?
Yeah. Jimmy's. Jimmy John's. I know that one.
Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
You
Jim Roma.
Who?
Jim Roma.
The guy that leads into us?
Yeah.
No, that's not before. We have
Tony Roma's brother?
Your personal warm-up guy. Warms up the audience for
Jim Rome wouldn't do the show when we were at the Super Bowl, so I've created a blood feud.
He doesn't know it exists yet. Though.
I don't think it's gotten back to him.
It's going to take a minute.
As one of his top 4 original syndicated whatever's that he talks about all the time. What do you mean you can't just walk over to my table and do a little interview? We're here at the Super Bowl. You're 10 feet away from me, Jim. Also, feels like the type of guy who would get mad if you say his name with a hard J.
A hard J?
Jim. Like a
Jim.
G. You spell your name with a J or a G?
I spell it DJ.
What?
E-R-R-Y. Jerry.
DeJerry?
You can't say the J in my name hard enough. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Easy.
16-year-old in the studio.
That's pretty aggressive here. I didn't care for that energy. I Googled DraftKings to see if you could put money on American Ninja Warrior because obviously I'm going to root for the hometown hero.
And then they gave you a 1-800 number for your
did.
problem.
They said, hey, degenerate. That's how I am when I'm like, if I'm learning a sport, like I want to get into like soccer or whatever, I want to get into lacrosse or rugby or whatever, I got to put a little action out there.
Yeah, that's really smart.
Keep me invested.
Yeah. Waste money on the sport you don't know anything about.
It's an investment. What are you not listening to?
Okay. That's an expensive lesson.
The return is not monetary, but it's...
Put money on Sugar Sean O'Malley this weekend.
From the live chat, Rome hates Albuquerque, and it's justified. Don't know where that energy's coming from.
Ouch.
Also, I don't think, like, when we were at that Super Bowl, it's not like, hey, this is Fred and Van, we're Albuquerque. You don't just claim to be Albuquerque. He just hates Fred and Van.
Well, he hasn't met me.
He hates me, and whenever I dropped your name, that didn't like garner any positive response.
He was like, "Oh, Van Tate, he's great."
Everyone says that.
No,
literally everyone.
The other one, like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
Bizarro Van.
By the way, NMBA award winner. We're the best show, second best show in town with a person with the name Van on it.
We won that award.
Yeah,
second best.
Yeah, second best show.
Put on the list of awards.
Who's the first?
Well, anything
with Van Tate.
Anything Van Tate does. Yeah.
Of course.
Let's grab the break just a minute early so we can come back with Katie Bone. We're going to talk ninja and warrioring and winning and type 1 diabetes. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. Big thank you to John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy, who's the sponsor of the studio. Thank you to I9 Sports, who's the sponsors of today's Varsity, which we're going to do at 5 o'clock today. New Mexico Pinon Coffee is a proud partner of the program, the YMCA of Central New Mexico, where I did not start my day today. My day got off on the wrong foot today.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But luckily, they got extended hours now. It's the summer. And we get out early. I'm going to go over to the Y. It's going to be a whole thing. I'm going to enjoy it. Are we tomorrow at Hollow Spirits? Is that correct?
I haven't got confirmation.
Figure that one out.
Soft yes.
I'm hanging out with the boys tomorrow at Hollow Spirits for Life in the Ballpark on Friday, where we're going to have New Mexico's vodka, Teller vodka, and that watermelon walk-off. It's going to be a good little evening. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Southbound 25 is seeing delays starting around Montgomery to Osuna. Congestion in all directions at Coors and Montano. Your river crossings are clear. And north of the city, Albuquerque to Santa Fe is looking good.
About 3 minutes.
See an accident? Call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Stephanie Griffin from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The Opening Drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
How did Andre Iguodala earn NBA Finals MVP of that series?
That should have been Steph's MVP. And they should really retroactively go back and give it to him. And then all these people who are screaming that his resume is incomplete because he doesn't have an NBA Finals MVP can stop.
Local talk. Weekday mornings from 7 till 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
On July 4th, we celebrate our nation's independence with cookouts and fireworks. It's one of the most fun holidays of the year. It's the middle of summer, and everyone is enjoying the warm weather, either at the beach or in the company of friends and family at home. Unfortunately, some of us party too much, then want to drive. That's why the Take a Ride on Us program and 95.9 FM AM 610 The Sports Animal has partnered with Bernalillo County Department of Behavioral Health Services, Sandoval County DWI Prevention, and Whitener Law Firm to help end DWI. Open your Uber app now, and under vouchers, enter the code Liberty22 in all caps. Then, if you end up more lit than the fireworks, request an Uber and we'll pay up to $10 for your ride. This offer is good to the first 1,000 people who use the code between Friday, July 1st at noon and Tuesday, July 5th at 3 a.m. for up to 2 rides per person. Enjoy the 4th, everyone. Take a ride on us, and together we can end DWI.
By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of ice from LG's exclusive slow-melting craft ice for better tasting drinks, making this the sound of savings on top brand appliances. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Get up to 25% off plus $750 instant savings on select LG appliances. Valid June 22nd through July 13th, U.S. only. Gas range extra. See store for details.
Hey, I'm Jackie, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is the chicken. It is golden brown, so juicy, so delicious. It's the perfect savory start to my day.
Hey, I'm Matt, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is the freshly baked, flaky, buttery biscuit. When I take a bite, it's kind of like, crispy, soft, crispy. Crispy outside, soft interior, crispy chicken. There's really nothing like it.
Start your day with the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit, available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real Chick-fil-A guests paid for their testimonials.
Yeah, it's Coach Ice-T. Who's ready to spin? We're starting with a big hill. Let's ride.
Why is Iced Tea leading our spin class?
Oh, it's probably the Honey Nut Cheerios. He found out they can help lower cholesterol. Now he's having fun taking care of his heart in all sorts of new ways.
That's right, Buzz. Now, spinners, really pour your heart into it and pick it up.
Learn more by picking up a box of Cheerios and check out our Pour Your Heart Into It audio workouts with Iced Tea and Buzz to get your heart pumping.
New Mexico Sports Authority, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This is where it all begins.
Okay. Add this to the Spotify.
Okay.
What is this little banger here?
Summer Kennedy.
I'm into it.
Is this your walkout music?
This is Katie Bones' walkout music? There we go. Katie, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Katie Bone. She's Albuquerque's Ninja Warrior. What's your official job title? Like, what's your business card say?
Just athlete, you know.
Oh,
Got the-
okay, write that down. All right. Katie Bone, official job title, the brand. Got it right there. So what? Like 2 days ago you weren't hot, now you're the hotness. You're American Ninja Warrior, you're the whole thing. It's been a whole change, right?
Oh yeah, I've gotten like over 1,400 followers since my episode
What?
aired. Yeah.
Oh my.
My run that they posted on Ninja Warrior, it's gotten over 1 million views.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I'm at least 2 of them.
One here.
Yeah. When they posted on Facebook, I was almost like 800 comments.
That's so crazy. So I pulled up the YouTube, which by the way, if you guys don't YouTube Premium, figure it out. Okay? Gets rid of all the ads. It costs like basically nothing. So just do it. So I pull this thing up, and it's like they cut everyone else out. This is like the Katie Bone show.
Yeah, it's been so crazy. And then like Ninja Warrior posted my run and photos of me, so that was so crazy.
That's what's up. Katie Bone, born here in Albuquerque, raised in Albuquerque, passion for climbing that's translated into a passion for what? Stardom? What is this?
It is crazy. When I started climbing, I wasn't even doing ninja then. And when I started ninja, I had no clue that I would be here like 3 years later.
Ninja has had a huge rise in popularity the last few years.
Oh, yeah.
When did you jump on? When were you like,
Hi-yo.
That's my skill set will translate there? Like, when did you figure that out?
I've been climbing for about 8 years, and then I started ninja about 4 years ago. And then a couple months after I started ninja, I went on American Warrior Junior. And then last year was the first year they lowered the age for the adult show.
Smart, because you're basically a ringer. The way I saw the whole thing, there were people like twice because you're young blood, right? Young blood, 16.
Yeah.
There are kids. They're adults like twice. They just fall. And then they're jealous, right? Is there that energy while they're out there where they know you're coming? You're like headhunting for them.
The ninja community and climbing community is so cool because we're all friends and we don't see it as competing against each other. It's more like competing with each other. So I love that energy. It's really cool.
Just recently did American Ninja Warrior to me rise to my #1 show because for a long time it was Wipeout. I'm a big Wipeout guy. I like watching the people get wiped out. That's my whole thing. But because there's everyone gets wiped out, so it's not like there's a worry. But American Ninja Warrior, they don't always get wiped out. Like they will win. Like you looked at that wall and you teased it, and then you got it the second time. Like that whole thing for you is, do you even worry about wiping out? Do you worry about taking that fall while you're out there?
Not really. I had visualized before the entire course and hitting the buzzer and stuff. So being able to execute that the way I did was amazing.
What's your strong suit? What part of the course do you just breeze through? You're like, I don't even worry about this part.
Stuff that's upper body or grip strength related.
Okay.
So yeah, after I got through the agility obstacle, everyone was cheering because they were like, okay, she did the lower body thing. We're good.
And that all comes from your climbing background, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then those that are in attendance with you, not just family, but the fans in the stands, they don't necessarily know that though, right? So whenever they're given feedback or rounds of applause or whatever, are you like, well, that one came kind of easy? Are you not necessarily feeling like the ovation where you're like, oh no, I really put it out there? Or can you even hear them? I guess I didn't consider that.
So when I was competing, I forgot there was an audience. And even when I walked up the stairs, I forgot I could hear my family and friends.
No.
But then I had people telling me they were like, I've never heard a crowd that loud after I cleared.
Oh, heck yeah.
So yeah, that was awesome.
Katie Bone joining us. She's American Ninja Warrior. I was joking before we came to the interview. I was like, hey, you're at 7 gyms and you do all these things and that's your life. But it's not really your entirety of your life, right? It's a big aspect, but it doesn't absorb you completely.
Right now it's pretty much my entire life. Especially during school, I would wake up, I would go to early training, do school, and then I would have another session in the afternoon. So right now it's pretty much my whole life.
Who coaches this?
I have some climbing coaches.
A little more volume for her.
Keep going, Katie. I'm sorry.
I have climbing coaches, ninja coaches, and then my strength and conditioning gym. I have coaches there. But before filming and stuff, I was going out to Colorado and training with ninjas out there.
What piqued your interest about climbing and then eventually a ninja? Is it something you do with your family, or is it something you just found on your own?
My brother, for his 10th birthday, wanted to go to the climbing gym. And from like the moment we walked in, I fell in love. And then I had a friend who was a climber and also did the show. And I asked her about ninja a couple years ago. And she was like, you should just sign up for a competition and see how you do. So I did. And then just started doing ninja.
So before ninja and like jumping into it, there was some stuff going on in your life that was not necessarily a distraction, but a change, right? So like the diagnosis of type 1 diabetes, which came 3 years ago, question mark?
5 years ago.
5 years ago. So then the big adjustments that came from that. How important is physical fitness to you now having the diagnosis of type 1 diabetic?
So I was at a big climbing competition and I felt really sick and did not perform well. And then a couple days later, we went to urgent care because of my symptoms, and I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. That year after that was really hard because training was really hard and competing and my competitions just weren't going well. Like, it was such a huge adjustment, and figuring out all the medical stuff while I'm at competitions and not with my parents. That was big, but now it's just part of my everyday routine.
How did the diagnosis and then your treatment for type 1 diabetes affect your performance?
There are competitions now. If my blood sugar is low or high, it is really hard to compete and train because I just don't feel good. For climbing, if USA Climbing accommodated for me, if my blood sugar is low or high before I compete, they can pull me from the run order and put me last, which was huge because I was at nationals and my blood sugar was really high and I did not perform well. So then we talked to USA Climbing and tried to figure out this new accommodation.
So what is like the quick fix? Is it like an otter pop? Like what gets you back to like balance so that you can go?
If my blood sugar is high, I give myself insulin. If it is low, I have to have carbohydrates.
Well, I mean that makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, gotta go up, gotta go down.
a lot easier than you thought it was.
Well, it's actually similar to climbing.
Yeah. You go up,
you go down. You gotta. It's the whole thing to it. Katie Bone is with us. We're talking about American Ninja Warrior. So you're the big victor last week, but you got to compete again, right? There's another one coming up, and that either has or hasn't already happened, or you know the outcome, but no one else does. But that was in Los Angeles.
Yes. So the next filming thing is in Los Angeles. We have completed all of filming.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So now it's just airing it and producing it.
Okay. And we won't ask because I have an understanding that we can't talk about it.
Sure.
But it'll be on TV and there'll be a big watch party.
Yes.
And then people will either cheer or jeer, but we don't know which. That is what will happen.
Yep.
Cool. And then at that watch party, who usually attends that? Is it friends, family, fans? Like what is kind of the formula for who celebrates you?
Also, do you need two middle-aged goofy hosts for
you
your watch party?
Just a riff track over
That's
it.
a thing that we do.
Yeah, we're very good at that. I don't know how good we would do at that. I don't even know the obstacles.
Slightly above average.
I would say, watch out for that pool. Like, what else do you say?
Yes, there's a lot of friends and family. There's a lot of people there that I didn't know, so that was cool to get to meet everyone and be able to watch that with all my friends and family.
We had a little inside baseball. So we're booking the show today, right? And so we reach out to Katie and we're like, Katie, come on the show. And we're talking, your mom, Tammy, is lovely. Your mom, Tammy, is about the nicest.
Yeah.
So we reach out and we're like, hey, you want to come on or whatever? So we go to tell our boss. And we're like, hey, boss, Jared. We're like, hey, Jared, we're going to have Katie Bone's going to come on the show. This is a good get. We're going to have a lot of fun. He's like, from the climbing gym? That Katie Bone? And we're like, yes, that one. That's the one that's coming on the show. He's like, oh, I watch Climb all the time. She's crazy. I'm like, so yeah, it's fandom all over the city.
The day before my episode, he actually came up to me and he was like, so is tomorrow a good or bad day? So yeah, that was cool.
So what's the next step?
For me, competition wise, I have climbing nationals in about 4 weeks. And then for the show, my episode will air probably end of August, early October.
So whenever you film the Los Angeles stuff, you're there and your family's there. Cool. I assume you guys are all sworn to secrecy.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of paperwork you sign, or your mom signs as the legal guardian. But really, you tell someone, right? Like or is this like threat? Like, what's the penalty?
They can sue you if you.
Oh no!
Yeah, if you disclose results.
NBC needs to be a lot cooler than that. You get a cool swag bag while you're out there? Do you get like a Peacock subscription or anything?
No, not really.
That's the bogus.
Lame.
Wish, right?
Yeah, that's because you guys are wearing sweet T-shirts, which I assume you guys make. Is that like a branding that you guys have?
Yeah, so a lot of the ninjas create their own ninja shirts, and then they do have merch tents there.
Oh,
where
okay.
You can buy like American Ninja Warrior stuff.
I'm trying to get one of those bone ninja shirts though. Like, what do we got to do that? How do I?
I will bring you guys one.
Good answer. Super good answer.
What's your next competition in the ninja world? Like, are you just on top of the mountain already? You won the thing allegedly.
Mount Majori Mama.
And do you like wait for the course to change and try another one? What do you do next season?
We're not sure what the courses are until we show up and they go through rules and everything. So you're just training and you're making mock courses from the previous season, and you're hoping that you put in all the work.
Wait, you have to build them yourself?
Just at the ninja gym, you can set up courses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're out there with like
No.
like 2x4s and like. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was like my dream job as a kid, Katie. I wanted to build obstacle courses on Survivor. I thought that would be like, I was like, oh, I could go to Tropical Islands. Yeah, I mean,
Of all the adults I know, you might be the best at the floor is lava.
Oh, do you play that, Katie? Do you sweat that?
Especially considering your size.
Yes.
You're just a world of talent.
I don't know if you guys saw how tall I am, but I can reach basically across any room. So is that how you like, hey, 5-year-old Katie Bone, floor is lava?
Oh, yeah.
Like nonstop.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Climbing on everything.
That's so sweet. So you're currently where you are, which is a big famous Albuquerque TV star. And then I assume you're going to beat LA. That's me projecting. You haven't said a word. I assume you're going to go to the top of LA's version of Mount Midoriyama.
Yes.
Is that a real place? That can't be a real place.
It's so cool to like to even see all of that and see
Yeah.
all of production and how everything's put together. But then Los Angeles is filmed at night, so you kind of gotta flip your sleep schedule.
Like overnight, because like there's so much traffic and stuff in town, and that's how they make it work.
It's just so it's because it's out. Los Angeles is outside. It's in Universal Studios.
So it's got to
back
cool
lot.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Yep.
So that full day, is that a lot of hurry up and wait? Are you there all day long and just hanging out and catering and?
So our call time is like in the afternoon, like at 5 o'clock, and so I sleep in, and then you go get food, and then you go to set, and then that's when you film and compete and stuff.
That's super sweet.
Yeah.
I do not believe Mount Midoriyama is a real place.
I believe it's a real place.
It's not a real place. At least Wikipedia, unless somebody changed it just now,
listening to the
right
program.
before this segment, just to fool me. Mount Midoriyama is just where you hold
From the
ninja competitions.
From the texter, no one believes that you haven't told anyone how you did in Los Angeles. The texter is dialed up. They're dialed in. Katie, obviously Van was pointing to it. You got some competitions coming up because there's different tiers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're able to still compete as an amateur because the Olympics are kind of looking like a goal for you.
So in climbing, I compete in youth and then the elite circuit, and then in ninja, I do 3 ninja leagues plus the show, and then any just like random comps they have. I have nationals, and if I do make team and make worlds, I'll have worlds in August for rock climbing, and then there's 2 big ninja competitions in August as well.
Does this allow you like collegiate opportunities as well? Is there a NCAA of competitive rock climbing that I don't know about?
No, I wish there was. Wish there was more money in my sports for sure.
That's the kind of thing to me that's so interesting about like this world of, I'm going to use the word extreme sports. I don't know if that's correct, but that's the verbiage I'm going to use, to where I feel like it's so very much embraced regionally.
Sure.
But like where I grew up, St. Louis, Missouri, if you were to be like, hey, we're going rock climbing, people would be like, what is
That's going to be a quick rock climbing trip.
What are you
There's
jumping
no
on?
rocks to climb.
Kind of a crazy thing. We a little bit before we cut you loose on the Olympics though. So rock climbing is in, ninja is not in. Is that a conversation for the Olympics?
They are talking about putting ninja in the Olympics, and there's some team trial World Ninja League competitions coming up later this year to try and figure out to see if this could be something that could be in the 2028 Olympics.
I like how justified do you feel that like you're ascending in this sport and now the Olympics are talking about your sport being at the Olympics? Are you like, hell yeah, it is?
It is so crazy that both of the sports I do could potentially be in the Olympics. So that is definitely a huge goal of mine.
Would you say you know kind of the best competitors in your age range in the country? Do you guys have a network like that?
I'm friends with a lot of the professional climbers and professional ninjas as well.
Mhm.
So like the Olympians for the 2020 Olympics, I'm friends with them, which is really crazy.
That's
Yes.
It's kind of out there to me.
And then a lot of the people that competed that have been competing on the show for years are people that I looked up to when I was younger. So getting to compete alongside with them and now be friends with them is amazing.
The last one from me before we cut it out completely is speaking of looking up, there are individuals in this community that are looking up to you, and obviously type 1 diabetes and obviously what you're doing in such a public eye now. Is there plans for Katie Bone and the Bone family to kind of use this momentum to kind of spread that information and knowledge about type 1 diabetes? Is there a goal in place for you guys as far as impacting the Albuquerque community?
Oh yeah, we've been definitely talking about it. I knew going onto the show that it was going to be big because of what I could do with my story, and walking across the starting platform was going to be a win for me. I just had no clue that it was going to be this big and this many people with relation to type 1 diabetes would be reaching out to me and saying what I did for their kids or for them. So that has been amazing.
Awesome. Van, anything we missed?
Oh my goodness, Katie, anything we missed?
Not that I can think of.
Too good. Katie Bone, thank you so very much for taking the time. Congratulations on being the big winner. There we go. There we go. And then the LA one, that's August or October. We're not sure when that one's airing, but it will.
Yes, I will definitely let you guys know.
Okay. And this isn't like old school Jerry Springer where you record a segment and they don't put it on, right?
No.
This is definitely getting on.
Yeah. Yes, for sure.
100% I'm into that. Katie Bone, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
You're clear, 4 minutes.
5 is seeing delays starting around Montgomery to Osuna. Northbound 25 is slow paced from MLK to Cole. Southbound Coors at Montano has slowdowns. And westbound Rio Bravo is bumper to bumper starting around 4th Street. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Stephanie Griffin from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The Jim Rome Show.
So Mickelson does some really dumb stuff. He knew that press conference was coming. That was the one that he had been ducking for months while he was in hiding. I mean, taking time away from the game to work on himself. I'm not exactly sure what kind of work he did on himself, but he certainly did not spend much time coming up with a good answer for why he's taking hundreds of millions of dollars from those, quote, scary mother bleepers, end quote.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
You can unlock more cash than you realize from your home's equity with a cash out refinance today. In the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. And with Rocket Mortgage, you can unlock thousands in less than 3 weeks. But you've got to act right now before rates go up. So when you're looking to unlock the cash in your home, Rocket can. Call 833-8ROCKET today or go to rocketmortgage.com to get started. Rocket. Rates current as of 12/12/21. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Number 3030. Call 800-490-1233 for disclosures and cost information.
We tried Dynovite for gut health and immune support, and after a couple of weeks, our little Gizmo was acting like a puppy again. His coat was shinier, he had a lot less scratching and shedding, and he seemed like his happy old self.
My dog smelled and scratched constantly. We bathed and sprayed her, took her to the vet, but no results. Now, a little Dynovite in her food helps Bella keep her beautiful coat with no scratching or smell.
Get 10% off your next order of Dynovite nutritional supplements for dogs at Dynovite.com. Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dynovite.
We now have more ways to fight COVID than ever with oral treatments for individuals at high risk for severe COVID who test positive.
And they can be taken from the comfort of home.
These treatments, if taken within 5 days of the first sign of symptoms, are effective at reducing the risk of hospitalization and severe outcomes.
This is a game changer for New Mexico.
For more information and to access treatment, visit findatreatmentnm.com.
COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too. If you feel symptoms, even if they're mild, you should test fast. Test positive and at high risk for severe COVID-19? Then act fast with authorized oral treatments that can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from when symptoms begin. COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too by asking your healthcare provider if an oral treatment is right for you. Learn about a treatment option at treatcv19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
Venture X from Capital One is the travel card for people always asking,
Where next?
You earn 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on everything else you buy with Venture X. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too. If you feel symptoms, even if they're mild, you should test fast. Test positive and at high risk for severe COVID-19? Then act fast with authorized oral treatments that can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from when symptoms begin. COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too by asking your healthcare provider if an oral treatment is right for you. Learn about a treatment option at treatcv19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
Venture X from Capital One is the travel card for people always asking.
30 seconds.
You earn 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on everything else you buy with Venture X. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
The Duke City's home for sports. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Back on the program. Phone lines are going crazy. That's what happens. You have a cool guest on. You don't let anyone in. Jerry, did you put one in the queue? I didn't have it up.
Sorry, did I put one in the queue?
This call?
Oh, just a moment.
Different energy over here at the Sports Animal. That's how I feel. Katie Bone did a good job, huh?
Hey, she was calm and composed. Did great.
No, this ain't no pressure whenever she's traversed an entire ocean.
Climbs mountains. Real.
Vincent.
That entire run was nuts, too. Joining us on the phone, I assume, big fan of not just our program, but that of Katie Bone. Friend of the show, Vincent. Vincent, welcome. Hey, Vince.
Yeah, I mean, what has this show devolved into? I mean, rock climbing? I mean, what's next?
Oh, looks like I lost you, Vince, because I don't care.
Yeah.
Vince, we got a cool local story. Vince, we got a cool local athlete. Vince, we're doing cool spotlights on people that are doing positive things here.
A 16-year-old local athlete was on television by being at the peak of her sport, you loser. That's why she was on.
Figure it out. That's I tell you what, like in a little off rant right here, that's the most Albuquerque energy you can bring to that kind of thing.
Yeah.
How about this?
Miss me with that garbage.
Miss me completely. How about we celebrate each other?
Yeah. How about we put Albuquerque on the map and celebrate how amazing it is by highlighting a great story? How about we do that?
Got a cool local young blood, bringing local energy and positivity. And by the way, it's going to curtail it into an effort to help with juvenile diabetes research. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, you're right. Dissolve.
Cool.
How about this one? Dissolve down the dial, Vincent. Figure it out. 505-246-0610. Get a hold of the program. Deshaun Watson's in the news.
Again?
So we're in the off season, right? Speculate. That's what the off season is all about. But the thing with Deshaun Watson is all this speculation. It's no longer about him. It's been now about this Sue L. Robinson. I'm just going to call Sue Robinson moving forward.
Okay.
So Sue Robinson is saying, hey, I'm meeting with the NFLPA. We're figuring this thing out. It's allegedly the NFL is going to be cool taking 6 to 8 games. Are they going to be cool taking 6 to 8 games?
See, why are they leaking different numbers now? They just leaked that they were going to do it for a year. Why are you saying 6 to 8 now?
Not going to happen. They're not going to go out there and say, hey, that's enough, because it's not going to end up being enough.
Vincent on phone.
No, miss me with Vincent. That's the thing to me, is if the NFL is going to prove a point or do a thing, they're not going to do it with a slap on the wrist, which is 6 to 8 games. 6 to 8 is like still the number of court cases that are open.
Sure.
No.
Yeah.
6 to 8. Give me 1 year and then give me indefinite. I need 1 year and I need revisited every off season.
1 year with no pay.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Zero pay.
I want more lawsuits to come out. Him getting in more trouble. Him losing out on that giant contract and him having to start all over again in 2 years. Because it is unfair. Criminal case? Sure. They didn't have enough to do it. Civil cases, there's way too many. There's way too many.
Way too many. And then for Cleveland fan or whoever to be like, well, punishment's a punishment. No, it's not. There's varying degrees of punishment.
Right.
There's 100% varying degrees of punishment.
MLB just set the template with
2 years.
With Trevor Bauer.
2 years.
I'm sorry, Tyler Bauer, from a friend of the show, Alex Bregman.
I don't get that one.
Okay. He called him Tyler. He said, shut up, Tyler.
It's pretty good, actually.
Yeah. It's very funny. I mean, they set the precedent right there. 2 years. Trevor Bauer wasn't convicted in court, but there was enough evidence that proved that he had some nefarious actions with this person, disgusting behavior that needs to be punished. Follow the MLB's playbook.
Also, I'll say this, like anyone who wants to live their life in any style they want outside of the workplace, I'm 1,000% into that as long as this caveat hits. Do not put yourself or someone else in harm's way.
Sure.
Once you're doing those two things, now you're outside the lane. Now I have zero interest. I'm not in.
We've said it up and down. Well, at least I have. Let your freak flag fly, brother.
All the time.
I'm not going to kink shame you at all. You got some weird lusts in your life. You got some weird stuff you're into.
Hey.
I support you. But just don't hurt yourself or anyone else. And more importantly, get consent, you creep.
When you're talking about deviant stuff, I'm even just talking about like hobbies. Like you got weird hobbies and stuff.
Yeah.
You want to go drop 500 bones on a Lego set?
Yeah.
And lose yourself for a week from society? You know what? To me, kind of weird. Here's the thing. Don't have a problem with it.
Nope.
Go get it. Everyone. Don't harm anyone else. That's what these people do. They harm.
Hey, I saw a recorder at the thrift store the other day. I went thrift store shopping on
Okay.
Sunday.
We're-
Saw a recorder,
Am I
like
gonna
an
use-
actual plastic elementary school recorder. And I was like, you know what I haven't done in 30 years?
You did not use a community recorder at a thrift store and rip off Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Well, I would totally boil it first. I'm pretty sure. I would boil it and just dip it in rubbing alcohol or actual alcohol. Might make me play better.
Will make you play better.
It'd make it sound better to me for sure.
Hey, but here's the thing. Also, if that's your thing, because you do know this about me, my thing is Goodwills.
Mm-hmm.
I love going to Goodwills. I love traveling the country, going in to the local Goodwill in a community,
right,
and saying, what does this town think is not worth having?
Right.
What do these people deem is of quality enough just to give away?
Sure.
That to me is a fun time. You know who it harms? No one. You know who else wants to do that? No one.
I'm super into it as well, but for different reasons.
No one likes this hobby. So this is a absolutely everyone keep waiting, because this is a wait one. There's going to be a lot of talking. The NFL is not going to take anything small.
And unfortunately for everyone who got paid out and signed those NDAs from the civil case, we might not ever find out the full extent of what he's did.
Right.
Because there's only a few people that could talk about it. The originators of the first class action lawsuit who have the ability to talk about it because the court deemed it was okay for them to talk about it. But everyone else who took the payment from Deshaun Watson's legal team will never find out the extent of what actually happened. So we'll only get information from these new lawsuits to see how gross it was. And I don't think they're over yet.
No, they're not over.
There's got to be more. I mean, the New York Times found that in a span of 17 months, he contacted at least 66 massage therapists.
26 confirmed cases right now. And by the way, the Browns are ready for this. $1 million base salary year one. They knew.
Yeah.
They're in on the game.
Sure.
That makes them, in my opinion, that puts them in a position where they cannot come out ahead. 1 year, you already knew you were going to take an L. You already knew you were going to have Baker. Oh, we jettisoned them. We created this bad word. No, forget you.
Yeah.
2 years.
Sure.
2 years, and then we're talking about it. I'm not even saying you're coming back. We're talking about it.
What's the punishment in Texas or in Ohio or wherever the court cases are tried for unwanted sexual advances when you have your junk out? I would like to find out the actual legality of these situations, and whatever that is, that's how long he's suspended for. After that, go crazy.
And if also,
I believe in second chances. I believe you did did the crime, do the time. Now you can be a citizen again. Go crazy. But
no,
this slap on the wrist stuff because he's a prominent NFL quarterback. No.
That's the thing.
Not in this subject matter. Not when.
Tune over to KKOB and pick up more stories on the 1%ers, because that's what this is.
Sure.
6 to 8 games, 1 game per current assault. How about 6 to 8 seasons? Give me 1 season per.
Go to break when you can.
Let's grab it. Or we get back. Wrap this one up with what I think is the best NBA story of the day. I just love this kind of stuff. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Ray Magliozzi here.
You're clear 4 minutes.
When I need ingredients for my car, eBay Motors has 122 million options. So whether I toasted my transmission or
Sorry, it was Howard going to talk about Vincent.
The right prices.
The phone, it dropped twice. He called back twice and the phone call dropped. So it would have been a breakup.
Westbound Paseo is stop and go starting around 2nd Street. Southbound 25 has delays starting around San Mateo to Montgomery.
And it threw me when you wanted to go to him because I screened him out. I was not going to put him on the air.
Antonio has backups.
Construction on I-40 between
now.
Coors Boulevard is ongoing. Traffic will be reduced to 2 lanes going both directions. I-40 eastbound on-ramp closures at Unser. Westbound on-ramp closures at Coors will impact drivers. Visit nmroads.com to learn more.
This report brought to you by Mountain State Constructors.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 777-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Stephanie Griffin from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Andrew Perloff with a CBS Sports Minute. Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson said that he doesn't care what other players around the league sign for. He's his own man. While that's admirable, it makes absolutely no sense. Jackson should want every penny that other quarterbacks get and more. That's how the NFL works. The team says they wanted to pay the former MVP, and I believe them. It's next man up in the QB market, and he should get as much as anyone else. I'm Andrew Perloff.
The Opening Drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Louisville football coach Danny Gonzalez.
Obviously, there's something more than just what Coach Saban said the other night. As a college football coach and more as a fan, what's next going to happen? So I kind of enjoyed it. All the NIL conversations you did on Friday are great. I mean, nobody knows, so keep asking questions. You might find ideas that we don't even think about.
Local talk, weekday mornings from 7 till 10. 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And
you heard we got mailman on the phone too?
Lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Where did I put that?
Pete's property manager just took an extended vacation.
To see the dreams.
He needs a replacement before this becomes a cruel summer.
Oh, you wanted the lakefront for the 17th? How did this get double booked already?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Earn up to $500 in sponsored job credits by conducting interviews on Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of ice from LG's exclusive slow-melting craft ice for better tasting drinks, making this the sound of savings on top brand appliances. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Get up to 25% off plus 750 instant savings on select LG appliances. Valid June 22nd through July 13th, U.S. only. Gas range extra. See store for details.
Hey, I'm Jackie, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is the chicken. It is golden brown, so juicy, so delicious. It's the perfect savory start to my day.
Hey, I'm Matt, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A biscuit is
going to mailman first, even if Howard calls.
Biscuit. When I take a bite, it's kind of like, crispy, soft, crispy. Crispy outside, soft interior, crispy chicken. There's really nothing like it.
Start your day with the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit, available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real Chick-fil-A guests paid for their testimonials.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply.
If you are a man over 40,
Back in 1 minute.
Could impact how much you're getting done during the day and at night. The harsh reality is, once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. Here's the good news. Nugenix, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC, has changed the game again for men over 40 with Nugenix Total T, their most powerful man-boosting formula ever, and guys all over America are raving about it. Jeremy P. says, this is the best product I found to raise T levels. I plan on using the product for the rest of my life. And how about Shane D? He says, I had no drive and was tanked out at the end of the day. After 3 months, my energy level is through the roof. I work out like most 19-year-olds. I am 47. Guys over 40, you need Nugenix Total T. And right now, you can get a complimentary bottle. Just text DIG to 42424. It's the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. But you can only get your complimentary bottle by texting DIG to 42424. That's DIG to 42424. Text DIG to 42424.
These products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
This is where New Mexico comes for sports. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Mailman.
What's happening?
We're waiting on Jerry. Hold on. Am I good now? Mailman joins us on the Friend of the Show hotline. Mailman, how are you?
What's happening, bro?
What's up, brother?
Oh, hey, oh, hey.
Hey, if you feel what I'm cooking there, Fred.
Oh, okay.
This is for my best friend, Randy.
Okay.
Get well soon, bro.
I love you.
Hey, I love the way you guys pulled Vince's pants down and paddled his behind. He needed it.
You got it.
Oh, that was pretty. That was so pretty. Long overdue.
We don't have a lot of rules here, but yeah, we definitely don't make fun of kids. Like you've never listened to this program, and we make fun of like college athlete. We don't do that. It's not.
No, I need to find her so she can give me some Ninja Warrior training.
Shoot,
I got about 40, 50, maybe 60 pounds I could lose. I'm sure she could give me some ways to drop them.
Hey, she was on your route though, because you'd be carrying all of her fan mail.
Oh, of course. And if I did that, I'd never get any work done. Break my back. She's a superstar already. Okay, so Fred, DraftKings was doing this thing, where you go on and you could pick. You could put a little case on different things.
Sure.
They're doing this thing with the WWE, man. I'm telling you, get in now. Riddle for the Money in the Bank. That's where your money's at.
You think it's set for the weekend?
Go look at the mud.
And actually Van just pivoted off going to Money in the Bank this upcoming weekend in Las Vegas. But I'm set up for SummerSlam. I almost feel like I'm looking ahead.
Man, let's just go to Vegas. They don't want to go. We'll leave him behind. Little teetotaling dude.
Just hit the road.
We'll leave him behind.
Teetotaling dude. This guy.
Van and I hosting the barbecue hot dog eating contest over at Hollow Spirits this Friday the 4th. That'll be at noon. Come out and hang out with your boys at Hollow Spirits, and we'll tell everyone with the most innuendo possible how many hot dogs Mailman can put down his throat.
Well, back in the days, I'd put a hurting on you boys.
Hey, we're just announcing. Nowadays, we're just commentating. We're not participating.
Nowadays, if you remember, Blanta from the Fast and the Furious 8. Remember Blanta?
No, but keep going.
Go on.
Okay, remember the dude that was driving the forklift with the orange Lambo, and old boy was like, "Oh, that's it. You're Blanta."
Oh, actually, I do. Yeah, Tyrese playing Roman. I literally know exactly what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, that's me. I can't put down as many hot dogs now. I hurt myself.
Okay, that's.
Yeah, it ain't too good for me, especially out here in the heat. No, your boy would be laid out somewhere, and you'd be at my funeral services talking about the mailman was a good guy.
Mailman.
Back in the day.
Hey, speaking of good guys, Mailman, we got to cut you loose. But give me your prediction tonight on Blood and Guts. Who do you got? You got Team Jericho or you got Team Combat Pool?
Team Combat Pool.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, you know they bringing that other dude. They're bringing what's his face over?
Cesaro.
Yes, Cesaro.
There you have it. Big prediction for tonight. Mailman, you're the best.
Thanks.
All right, see you guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Such a nice dude. That dude loves pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Loves it.
He's creeping up on your level of dorkdom.
Here's my thing. If I saw like mailman or mailman adjacent individual out in the community and they were like, Randy, I would say it too.
I don't know what any of that means.
I know.
That sounds fun, though.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Shoosh. Everyone's like, what?
Is that
shoosh
for Josh Sushan? Is that what you're doing right now?
Hey, moving forward, that's what we're doing.
Sweet.
Call and response with pro wrestling is, I don't know if that's like Pavlovian. I don't really know how that works, but you can't help it.
Right.
So smart.
It's like second place to jazz music.
The problem with jazz music is it's never the exact same twice. And that's the thing with pro wrestling where it's the exact same no matter what.
Yeah. Two wildly different call and response.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kyle Kuzma is going to play with Monte Morris again. Did you see this story? Oh, this is the best. So Monte Morris is going to get traded to Washington, whatever. Kyle Kuzma is in Washington, whatever. So Kyle Kuzma tweets, he's like, I get a brother back. Monty and I were in second grade together. And at 8 years old, we said we play in the NBA at the same team. I love this.
That's so cool.
This, for me, is it. That, like, because when you're boys, we're going to grow up and play in the association together. No, you ain't.
No.
They is.
Astronomical odds to make it that far. Astronomical odds for one person from one school in one city to make it that far. For two people who were like in the same grade, played together, friends, that is insane.
Well, and it looks like with the way the trade is going to play out, obviously Monte is going to go over to Washington. In a world of perfect irony, Kuz gets traded over. In the world of perfect irony, they're traded for each other.
Oh God, that would hurt.
I would hate it, but I would love it.
And laugh and laugh and laugh.
How many shout outs? Like, all right, so you get there. Like, first of all, you have to call and you're going to be like, hey, you can stay with me.
No doubt.
That's number one.
Yeah. Hey, like you did with me when you moved into town?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to town. I got you.
You have the extra bedroom till you get settled, brother.
And if you're like any sort of other fan, where you're like, well, they can't start together. They should. They need that moment.
Yes.
Game 1. I don't even care.
100%.
Morris can play. They can both play. Kuzma can play.
Yeah, they can both play.
5 o'clock. Today's I-9 Varsity. We're going to do after the break. It's the I-9 Varsity of fan groups. Okay?
Okay.
Fanatic groups. Jerry, you're in on this one.
You bet.
2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Westbound Paseo is stop and go starting before 2nd Street to just over the river. Southbound 25 has delays starting at San Mateo to Candelaria. Westbound 40 is starting to see delays starting from 4th.
Now, is this music? Fan groups?
Has congestion in all directions.
Before you know it, the New Mexico heat will be upon us. Call Anderson Air Corps today to schedule maintenance or repair of your HVAC system. HVAC is all we do. Put our expertise to work for you. Visit AndersonAirCorps.com to learn more.
This report brought to you by Anderson Air Corps Heating and Cooling.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Stephanie Griffin from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Jim Rome with your Rome Report. Only a great team could end the Bullets dynasty, and the Colorado Avalanche are just that. They are great. Cale Makar is that good. Nathan McKinnon is that good. Gabriel Landeskog is that good. Darcy Kemper is that good. And that team is too. You're not going to fluke your way to beating Tampa Bay 4 times in a series. Nobody had done that in 3 years. And when Tampa Bay beat Colorado in Colorado Friday night, you knew it would be even tougher. Then they got out quickly last night, and they scored that first goal early on. It seemed like the Avs might be in trouble, especially if Tampa Bay could add another one, but they didn't. They couldn't. I'm not going to say the Avalanche were built to beat the Lightning, but the Avalanche were built to beat the Lightning. They've got youth and experience and amazing speed, and they have Cale Makar. Not a one-man team, but Cale Makar, a very special dude.
Nothing says summer like an ice-cold Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Smooth, refreshing, real brewed tea with 5% alcohol. Look for Twisted Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted!
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Stacking Benjamins with Joe and his good friend OG not only has great financial insight, it's laid back with humor too.
Joe and his gang.
I'm going to a wedding here in just about a month, so I'm looking for a gift about $100. And there was like a meat thermometer.
I know Al said earlier that cash and gifts, there's no difference.
If you're so inclined, we have everything we need already. Why don't you help us pay for our honeymoon?
But don't you think that meat thermometer, maybe that is a honeymoon aid?
Stacking Benjamins. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Feeling thirsty? Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea is made with thirst-quenching real brewed tea and 5% alcohol. Fun to drink poolside, at the lake, or even play in the back nine. Look for the bright yellow Twisted Tea cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Record-breaking temperatures forecasted this summer. Unhealthy air quality due to wildfire smoke. New Mexico is in a mega drought.
Enhance your comfort, air quality, and save water with refrigerated air from Daniels Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Start your refrigerated air project today. Daniels offers best-in-the-business warranties, expert installers, and superior equipment, and the hassle of climbing onto your roof to replace swamp cooler parts, and start enjoying the comfort and reliability of an air conditioning system that works for you. Learn more at danielshvacnm.com.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.
Here we go.
10 KNML Albuquerque.
We're back on.
Sports Animal, proud to be a Cumulus media station.
Even if they're not that proud of us.
Now betting for the Sports Animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson. This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Moving through a lot of producers. Jerry is our current victim.
At least for the rest of today.
You're with
We
us
hope.
tomorrow. You're with us tomorrow.
I'm with
Jerry.
you tomorrow, too.
It's never voted by the NMBA as the worst show to work for by a group of producers.
That was voted for us when the
Unanimous. Yeah, it's unanimously voted.
Mexico Broadcast Association award winner for hardest to work with, most difficult. They said.
Man, you guys make it so easy. I got to tell you.
The thing is, it takes a lot of work to make it look this easy. Let me give you one example. It's hard to tell jokes when you're not funny.
Uh-huh.
And obviously, we prove that every day.
Uh-huh.
There you go. Today's I-9 Varsity, I-9 Sports League Office 280 at i9sports.com, 505-312-4999. Today's I-9 Varsity. Is the I-9 Varsity of fanatics? Is the I-9 Varsity of fan groups? This is because earlier in the program, we were talking about how fans of like whatever things they're excited about ruin that for other people that aren't as fanatic.
Sure.
And what the I-9 Varsity is we take a topic and then we name like the worst of it or the best
or
of the
the
best.
best of the best.
Yeah.
Being as glass half full and positive as we are,
yeah,
it's usually a best.
It's often a best.
Today, it's a worst.
Today, it's absolutely a worst. And this is the I-9 Varsity of terrible fan bases, okay?
Yep.
Me or you?
I'll go first this time.
Okay.
All of these
Beatles.
All of these kind of hit.
No.
All of these kind of hit home with me.
Yeah.
Usually we have a shtick, but I'm gonna keep it real today.
All right.
And Beatles is very close.
Believers.
I'm going with Tool fans.
Oh, yes. You're
The band Tool.
Oh, you're incredibly right.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Yep.
I love the band Tool.
46 and 2 is their very good song.
But I am not a Tool fan.
No.
Because Tool fans are the worst.
They're the worst.
They have to wear a Tool t-shirt every day. That's all they know how to talk about. They never miss a concert. They try to decode the lyrics in the music. Just enjoy the music. It's fantastic rock and roll music. Don't make it the center of your life. Grow up.
From the texter and non-submittable to this list, somebody accidentally wrote in Cardinals fans are the worst. They think they invented baseball. So a little bit of confusion here. We're going with worst fan bases. So not best, because then you would put best fans in baseball, the St. Louis Cardinals fans.
Okay, to be fair.
To be fair.
The Cardinals fan base is a great fan base.
Thank you. That's okay. That's what
Most obnoxious fan base in the running for sure. Worst fan base, no.
That's not correct.
Okay. Very obnoxious.
Jerry, what'd you have?
I'm kind of digging back, but Dallas Cowboy fans.
There we go.
Not the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay. 505-246-0610. His name is Jerry.
Yeah.
You call the show. You don't even have to come through to us. You can just tell them all about it. They haven't won in like 30 years.
Yeah. You wouldn't know.
That's true. That's true. And maybe I should further winnow it down by saying the 1980s Dallas Cowboy fans.
Before the success?
And maybe that'll get me out of a little bit of trouble.
Nah, lean into it, brother.
That's me. Anti-Dallas Cowboys. Who's my favorite team? Who's playing the Cowboys?
I also love low-hanging fruit because that means it's ripe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, Dallas Cowboy fan is the same as Notre Dame fan. Because Notre Dame
Duke
fan.
Blue Devils.
Well, hold up. They win. Like Duke Blue Devil, I'm in on. Like, because give me that. They come through. They do that thing. No, when's the last time Notre Dame won a ship? 30 years as well?
In anything.
In anything.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair,
if
they're winning at like rowing or something, it's not like I would.
That don't count.
Does not count.
Yeah. Covering up lawsuits for priests.
Undefeated.
Also,
how is rowing a sport, but climbing is not?
I think they're both sports.
Collegiate sports. Katie Bone just said there's no.
Oh, there's no collegiate climbing.
Yeah.
There will be soon.
It's
too popular. It's an actual sport.
You think it's too popular?
So your answer was disagreeing with someone's answer? Is that what just happened here?
Well, I was going to give my answer right now.
Okay. Ready, go.
UT fans.
Ooh, which UT?
The problem, the thing that makes them more insufferable than Irish fans.
Okay.
Is they haven't won a national championship since the 1800s. That is the problem I have with University of Texas fans.
University of Texas. Okay, I didn't know which T you're going with.
What is the other option?
Tulsa, Tennessee, Tacoma, Tallahassee.
You're just naming cities now.
Yes. They have universities.
No.
With their name.
That's just the name. That would be Tulsa fan.
Okay.
UT.
University of Texas.
Which, by the way, hook 'em.
Hook 'em.
Hey, you go down right now. If you're pro wrestling and you go to do a show in Austin and you get in the ring and you go hook 'em, the crowd is not going to say horns because they're not really there the way that you think they are. Now, again, make sure I'm very clear on this. Excellent branding, perfect colors, everything about them.
The color, the burnt orange is phenomenal.
Brilliant.
Yes.
I'm actually a fan. But the fanatics for UT miss me. Miss me like Vincent. Like, no.
Yeah. No, thank you. Don't need either of those vibes.
And also, if they won since the 1800s, maybe I was wrong on that. But that can't be far off.
I think you're exactly right. Earl Campbell. Earl Campbell's the last time, right?
The best college quarterback that I've ever seen is Vince Young.
First off, how dare you? His name's Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
He existed close to the same time.
It's actually Gardner Minshew, but you're correct.
No, that's pro quarterback.
That's all levels.
He's the greatest pro quarterback.
Pop Warner.
All right, next on my I-9 varsity of horrible fan bases, another one that hits very close to home, vegans. Okay, as a vegetarian,
Yeah.
and I'm mostly vegan. I am just right at the cusp of being vegan, okay?
Vegan adjacent, some would say.
Sure. Vegan. Shut up. You're not saving the world. Just because you have sandals made out of cork and your cheese tastes like a pile of garbage doesn't mean you're saving the earth. What you are saving is your own hobbies because you don't have a life. You've made your whole life about being a vegan and ruined it for everyone else. All of the silent vegans out there who just go live their lives, vegetarians like me, who you'll never know until Fred tells you.
Correct. I do
that van guy eats a lot of salad.
Yeah.
Because he's a vegetarian.
The other day we're at lunch with a guy, and the guy says, yeah, Van gets a salad or whatever. It's a pretty nice little salad bar.
Great.
And the guy, so Van gets a salad, and the guy we're sitting down with goes, it actually doesn't look like that bad of a lunch.
Yeah, so vegans, like, find a hobby. Like, your whole life shouldn't be about being a vegan.
That's pretty good one. Jerry, what do you got?
BTS.
What is that?
K-pop sensation.
Oh, my goodness.
What did they do to you?
You know what? And I'm going to be crossing a line here because now I'm dissing on kids, including my daughter. And just playing the music over and over. Although that Jin-kook, he's one of the singers.
The what?
Jin-kook. It's a K-pop. It's Korean pop music.
I have a little niece adjacent friend of the family who loves BTS and K-pop, and she is so adorable.
Aww.
And she is so passionate about it, and she learns all the dances, and she knows the songs in English and Korean. It's adorable.
Smooth like butter.
If I have to listen to it for more than 10 minutes, I am out. Get me out of the room.
There's something to be said, too, about fan bases who gatekeep. Like, if you're keeping other people from fandom because of your fandom,
sure,
I got a big problem. Like, a huge problem, even. Often, also, Texas Longhorns won a national championship in 2005.
That was the Vince Young year.
That's not that long ago, even. So, kind of really missed the boat with that one. 2005 is low-key, though, kind of a long time ago.
Approaching 20 years.
That's when Anchorman came out. Like, that's how long ago 2005 is. When's the last time Judd Apatow put out a hit? Like, almost 20 years? What's the last good Judd Apatow movie?
Oh, excellent question.
Funny People, maybe, or that's probably the one that killed him, and that was 2009.
There is one?
So he had a role there. Those Vince Vaughn, Will Ferrell, Jason Segel, Seth Rogen, the guy from The Office, Bangers, Paul Rudd. Those all banged. Judd Apatow fans have now just made my list because there's right now someone listening.
You didn't even know.
Who's being an apologist.
Just segued right into it.
The last 10 years of Judd Apatow haven't been anything. And that's the thing, too, with like artists. Like, it's hard to be a rapper. It's hard to be a comedian if you don't have turmoil in your life. And once you find success, once you're successful, you're not funny anymore.
Okay. Apatow did have a deep pit after Funny People. Okay.
And Funny People was too dark. Like, most people didn't get it.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be funny. It's called Funny People.
Yeah.
Not the whole thing's funny.
It's actually about cancer and depression.
This is 40, Girls, Trainwreck, Love, Crashing. Those are all horrible movies.
Yeah, Girls is the worst thing I've ever seen.
And then he completely redeemed himself with The King of Staten Island. That is a very good motion picture.
To be fair, putting your best players in their best position is not completely redeeming yourself. Giving Bill Burr a platform to steal the show from the star of a movie, that to me is a brilliant move. Because The King of Staten Island doesn't work with just Kim Kardashian's boyfriend. Bill Burr makes it happen.
Yeah, Bill Burr took it to another level.
From the texter, New Mexico United fans. Oh.
Ouch. No.
A lot of bumper stickers, though.
No.
A lot of bumper stickers.
No.
Hey,
Nope.
They're inclusive, though. They bring you in.
Yeah.
Artesia football fans.
Okay, now there we go. All right. Now we're on to something. I can believe that one for sure. Oh, man, that one's perfect. Thank you. All right, next on my I-9 varsity of horrible fan bases, Office.
Yeah.
The TV show The Office.
It's not a lifestyle.
Starring Steve Carell. It's the fourth best show during the lineup of NBC. Parks and Rec's better. 30 Rock is better. And Community, one of the most underrated shows of all time, is better.
Hold on.
But if you like wrap your whole life around The Office, it's like, I just can't stop quoting The Office today. Oh, God. Stop it.
That's what she said.
Stop it. Well, nice timing.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you.
was actually perfect.
Yeah.
You feel it's a Steve Carell show? Because I'll tell you it's a Rainn Wilson bit. Because I don't think The Office is a Steve Carell product. I think 100% it's a Rainn Wilson product.
Well, I will tell you exactly what it is. It's a love triangle buddy cop show.
There's a lot to unpack there.
And there's a love triangle.
You got 1 minute
in between Steve Carell and Rainn Wilson, and then one in between Rainn Wilson and John Krasinski. You got two different buddy cop shows that exist at the exact same time.
It's June.
With also a love story, the Jim and Pam. And it's very average.
Might have lost
So
me at
average.
the end of the I-9 varsity, but I'm glad I followed you down the path.
Yeah. It's buddy cop love triangle.
Also, the obvious answer to everything we just said is anyone who supports El Paso in any way whatsoever.
Yeah.
Whenever we get back from the break, more 2 Men On. We're live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio, powered by New Mexico Pinon Coffee. We play on Team I-9. Start our days at the YMCA, Central New Mexico. Spend our evenings at Hollow Spirits. I think we're there tomorrow. Can we get a confo on that?
Yeah, let's do that. I'll reach out.
And then we're live from the ballpark on Friday. That's going to be a good one as the Isotopes are hosting the visiting Sugarland whatevers. Space Cowboys? Is that
Space Cowboys.
Actually, it's a pretty sweet name for a team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate on Sugarland.
Not everyone calls them that.
The Swoosh is joining us at 5:45. That's going to be a good little sit down as it was a big win for the boys last night. And on Friday night, we're going to be sipping on New Mexico's vodka, Teller vodka, and that watermelon walk-off. It's 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Still no accidents to report, but southbound 25 has delays from San Mateo to
4 minutes.
On 25 is slow-paced from Central to Aviendar Cesar Chavez, and westbound 40 has delays starting from Rio Grande to Coors.
Are you ready to make home homier? Get it done with Home Equity. Kirtland Federal Credit Union can help with a home equity loan or line of credit. Learn more at kirtlandfcu.org/homeequity. Kirtland Federal Credit Union. You belong. An equal housing lender. Membership eligibility required.
This report is brought to you by Kirtland Federal Credit Union.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Stephanie Griffin from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Telling it like it is. Phil Jackson has 11 titles. He won Coach of the Year once. LeBron has not won an MVP in 9 years. Stop giving out the award. It means nothing if LeBron hasn't won an MVP in 9 years. Steph Curry's MVP doesn't validate anything to smart sports fans.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
On July 4th, we celebrate our nation.
We're supposed to be going to Sushan, right?
Fireworks. It's one of the most fun holidays of the year. It's the middle of summer, and everyone is enjoying the warm weather, either at the beach or in the company of friends and family at home. Unfortunately, some of us party too much, then want to drive. That's why the Take a Ride on Us program and 95.9 FM AM 610 The Sports Animal has partnered with Bernalillo County Department of Behavioral Health Services, Sandoval County DWI Prevention, and Whitener Law Firm to help end DWI. Open your Uber app now, and under vouchers, enter the code LIBERTY22 in all caps. Then, if you end up more lit than the fireworks, request an Uber and we'll pay up to $10 for your ride. This offer is good to the first 1,000 people who use the code between Friday, July 1st at noon and Tuesday, July 5th at 3 a.m. for up to 2 rides per person. Enjoy the 4th, everyone. Take a ride on us, and together we can end DWI.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Where did I put that?
Pete's property manager just took an extended vacation.
To see the dreams.
He needs a replacement before this becomes a cruel summer.
Oh, you wanted the lakefront for the 17th? How did this get double booked already?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Earn up to $500 in sponsored job credits by conducting interviews on Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
This Friday, the Isotopes are giving away clear backpacks to the first 2,000 fans, courtesy of AARP. Then on Saturday, it's Mariachis Baseball and Lowrider Night at Isotopes Park. Join us for a pre-game Lowrider show on the field. Then fireworks following the game, presented by Rio Grande Credit Union. For tickets and more information, visit abqisotopes.com. Albuquerque Isotopes Baseball, the best family entertainment in town.
Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Wake up with the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Okay, Jerry, pull up the spreadsheet of We Told You So's and put down a tick, okay? So I don't know what that puts our total at, but the running total is a lot to a little, because when we had a little, we were striving for a lot, and now we have a lot. So we don't look back to when we had a little, because when we had a little, we knew we'd have a lot.
Is that a Drake song?
Started with a little. Yeah, it's Drake song adjacent.
Okay. That's what we do here.
505-246-0610. Reach out to your boy.
Howard.
Oh, joining us on the program, Howard? I like that a lot. Let's get him on. Friend of the show, Howard, how are you?
I couldn't make it in earlier. I thought maybe Vincent had put a hex on the station.
Oh, my gosh. There's not a single rain cloud in the city today, and Vincent was like, I got it.
Yep. That was a nice interview with that young lady. I mean, she deserved to be recognized in the community, and that's how you build good young people, and they turn into great young adults. I mean, you recognize and you help give them accolades for what they have accomplished, and I appreciate that you guys did that.
Oh, that's kind of you. Well, and you know how fortunate we are to have a platform to allow some people to do it, because that thing that you were real proud of or good or successful at 16, and that thing that I was, that thing that Van was, like, if there was someone there to help us, encourage us along the way. So be able to be a part of that. And the city wants to be a part of that too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, disappointing Vincent has to bring his misery to the station. I mean, the guy could win the lottery and complain that you gave him too many big bills.
There it is.
Damn, Howard.
Nice.
I mean, and it's been that way for a long time with him, but it's good, man. The content's good. I mean, I'm thinking NBA today. Maybe Kyrie thinks he did such a wonderful thing by opting in. Sports is alive and well today. Baseball, my Braves lost to the Dodgers the other night, but what the heck, and of course, LeBron still reigns the best player that ever played the game of basketball, right?
Everything you just said is a fact after a fact after a fact after a fact.
I think Howard, when's your show start?
Yeah, dang.
Well, I could be a third wheel. I mean, if Buck D don't show up, man, you give me a holler, send out the bat signal.
How much notice you need?
Yeah, we like more than 45 minutes, because that's how. No, I'm just kidding.
No, 45 is plenty, man. You got me on Messenger. Hey, I live about 10 minutes from the station. Hey, you know what? You guys are doing a great job. Don't feed into the negativity. Have a great day.
Oh, good friend of the show.
I'm inspired by the negativity. I think it was. Who was it? Mark Twain that said, "I'd be nowhere without all my haters, yo." Isn't that what Mark Twain said?
It's not a Mark Twain quote at all.
Is it not?
No.
Oh, okay.
Mark Twain was like a
Marky Mark? Maybe?
That could be correct.
Okay.
Though, because the verbiage you used sounds more that than Mark Twain.
Interesting. Could have swore it was Twain. Oh, you know who it was? It was Samuel Clemens.
Which again is Mark Twain.
Oh, is that the same guy?
That's the same guy.
Oh, whoops.
What's the name of the gal up in Santa Fe, the artist?
Georgia O'Keeffe.
Georgia O'Keeffe. So where I grew up, Mark Twain is had that kind of art impact in the world of writing.
Sure.
That Georgia O'Keeffe had out here, to where it's painting, obviously, but it's kind of like growing up, you would think that was the only like writer in the history of all writing.
Right.
Because it was like 10 minutes from where I grew up.
Yeah.
So you grow up like it's all about Huckleberry Finn and whitewashing fences and learning about, and you're like, and you go anywhere else in the country and people are like, what? He had like one book, right? And you're like, no, he had a whole catalog. Let me tell you all about it.
I was forced to read 2 of them.
Mark Twain books?
And honestly, I didn't like the way he named his characters.
Oh, well, it's a little dated.
Had to be there kind of thing, huh?
I know this one. This is like a thing. The book fairs, book it. You know what I'm talking about? Like Scholastic, come to your school thing or whatever. So, and I don't know if this is regional, but all the Mark Twain books you could buy, whatever they all were, right? The Huck Finn series and whatever else. But Tom Sawyer, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer.
Right.
And then you could buy them all, and they were tied together with twine.
Ah.
And you're like, this is the coolest. You're like, no, you're just 8. You're 8 years old.
You're impressed by twine.
Yes, it's actually, I mean, it's clever branding.
You could buy a lifetime supply of twine for $1. They sell it in giant balls. They basically just give it away.
And before, like way before Pizza Hut lost the NFL, Pizza Hut, if you bought a book at the book fair, would give you like a free pizza.
Yeah, a personal pan deep dish. I remember like it was yesterday.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So you would do like multiple and then the backup librarian, the adjacent librarian, she would be like,
we call them vice librarians.
There you go.
Yeah.
She'd be like, Manfred, did you already come through the line? Well, I got to get this Garfield comic.
Yeah. Excuse me, librarian in arms. I need this Lamborghini poster really bad.
Don't you know? They did have that. Hang in there. It's the cat on the telephone wire.
Frog in a duck's mouth, baby. Let me get the frog and the duck's mouth poster and as many copies of Goosebumps as $4 will buy.
And back then, it's a wheelbarrow full.
Yeah. We don't have that many Goosebumps books.
Isn't it crazy how when you're a kid, everyone has the exact same interest? Like there's so little going on across. You and I grew up in drastically different parts of this world, this country.
Sure.
The exact same childhood.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Mm-hmm. It's pre-internet. We didn't have all those options that kids have now. I saw like a 4-year-old with her own cell phone today at the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and the kiddo did some sunning and some swimming today. If you can't tell, see how tan I am, Jerry? Look at this. It's like I'm a new person.
It looks kind of alabaster to me.
Okay. I haven't changed whatsoever.
Very good. Actually.
Yeah. I was in the sun for like 2 hours. Not a drop of color. Not a drop. Yeah. There's a 4-year-old walking around with an iPhone. And I was like, okay, that's too young. That's too young. A kid who can't even spell words correctly should not have access to the internet. You don't know what you're going to get.
Hard to argue what you're saying, but I've never been a parent.
Yeah. I'm hoping the parent had like some kind of child lock on there or something that like, you can't go to sites that end in hub. You can't buy, extra swords for their video game kind of thing. Like hopefully that exists.
I don't know a ton about technologies. Like when I was a kid, I had Game Boy, I had whatever everyone else had.
Yeah.
But I don't remember it being like a prominent part of my childhood.
Let's work to break.
I don't remember it being like, hey, we're like super focused on only playing video games whenever they were like, but if I'm at the pool, there's no way I'm not even bringing my Game Boy.
No.
I'm getting in the pool.
No, we're doing pool time. I think the most into video games I ever was, there was a moment there, James Bond 007.
Sure.
Right? First person shooter. That was killer.
It slapped.
Tekken 3 was a big moment. I think the biggest all time was just Mario on NES, where we try to break each other's records. Who could beat the whole game the fastest?
But even with that, you're talking about like a super social aspect because it's like those games you named, they're all against other kids.
You interact. Yeah.
Yeah.
Engage your friends.
Right. It's not like a just spiraling down an Instagram hole. Let's grab a break. When we get back, we're going to touch base on this Red Sox story. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
You're clear for 4.5 minutes.
Delays from San Antonio to Candelaria. Northbound 25 is creeping from MLK to Cole. Westbound 40 has delays starting from the interchange to Coors. And Coors at Montano is congested in all directions. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Stephanie Griffin from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
It's Fade Marcos Day. I'm Erin Hawksworth here to help you beat the books with BetQL. Rockies starter Marquez is on the list of pitchers to fade, and today is no different. Colorado closes out their series with the Dodgers today, and the BetQL model has LA on the run line as a 5-star best bet. I'm Erin Hawksworth. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetQL app today.
Here at Total Wine & More, you'll love what you find, especially our totally low prices. I'm firing up the grill for burgers and want to impress the neighbors. This bourbon has a smoky flavor that'll go great with your grilling. Nice! Wow, and look at that price. Well done. I prefer medium rare. Your neighbors will love it. Love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More. With the lowest prices in New Mexico. Drink responsibly, B21.
Finding the right person for the job isn't easy. Just ask someone who hired a drama coach to be an IT guy.
Yeah, I'm having trouble logging in.
I'm not buying it. Say it again, this time with feeling.
I can't log in?
Come on, man. I want to feel your struggle. But if you've got an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can bundle your policies, which could save you hundreds. Now, like your life depends on it.
I can't log in.
Yes, we'll make an actor out of you yet. For expert help with all your insurance needs, visit geico.com/local today.
We now have more ways to fight COVID than ever with oral treatments for individuals at high risk for severe COVID who test positive.
And they can be taken from the comfort of home.
These treatments, if taken within 5 days of the first sign of symptoms, are effective at reducing the risk of hospitalization and severe outcomes.
This is a game changer for New Mexico.
For more information and to access treatment, visit findatreatmentnm.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply.
If you are a man over 40, listen up, because this could impact how much you're getting done during the day and at night. The harsh reality is, once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. Here's the good news. Nugenix, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC, has changed the game again for men over 40 with Nugenix Total T, their most powerful man-boosting formula ever. And guys all over America are raving about it. Jeremy P. says, this is the best product.
1.5 minutes.
I plan on using the product for the rest of my life. And how about Shane D? He says, I had no drive and was tanked out at the end of the day. After 3 months, my energy level is through the roof. I work out like most 19-year-olds. I am 47. Guys over 40, you need Nugenix Total T. And right now, you can get a complimentary bottle. Just text DIG to 42424. It's the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. But you can only get your complimentary bottle by texting DIG to 42424. That's DIG to 42424. Text DIG to 42424.
These products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Hey, it's Scott Stigler for Indigo Mortgage. The all-time low interest rates aren't available anymore, which means mortgage companies aren't seeing as much business. So many are chasing profits. Where do they get these profits? From people like you. How do they attract you? With offers of crazy low rates or deals that seem too good to be true. Ben Lucero at Indigo Mortgage says that's because they are too good to be true. For years, Ben has had two simple words if you need a home loan. Shop around. The huge internet lenders will reel you in with what looks like a great deal. The fine print and extra fees will end up costing you sometimes thousands of dollars. If you have an offer from one of them, that's okay. Just compare it with an offer from Indigo Mortgage. Just recently, Indigo Mortgage has saved several customers from making a huge mistake. Call 836-5700 or go to indigomortgage.net. Internet lenders are notorious for dishonest deals. Nobody cares more about your mortgage loan than Indigo Mortgage. 836-5700, NMLS 188348.
Don't just friggin' sit there. Get in the game right now at 888-922-0610.
Here we go.
From the live chat. By the way, join the Facebook live stream at the Facebook page. We're up to kind of like a lot of followers. I don't understand what's going on. Join the boys, though. The live chat here is very good. The conversation is, how about them Stros? I'm telling you, that game tomorrow night, Yankees-Astros, that's the ALCS.
It's your preview.
But both squads, I think, are going to play the game like it's must win. And I know it's not. I know it's middle of the season. It's that whole thing. But to be able to prove you can do it in one, that's the one to me.
They split earlier in the year in Houston.
Those were both feeling outs.
They split last week in New York.
Feeling outs.
And this is
the rubber one.
Who gets to win the series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't play again? They do play again.
I don't believe so. I think the New York is done.
I thought there was 2 more games later in the year. I might be wrong. And obviously I've been wrong before.
2 more July 21st.
That's what I thought.
Sorry for yelling.
That's okay. But I'm telling you, because this is the one-off one, this is the one. Red Sox went in Toronto last night. That shouldn't be that big of a story, you would think, right?
No. Why?
This is so perfect. We didn't get to it because we took calls and got distracted, but we called this at the beginning of the year. Toronto will have an advantage at home because millionaire athletes are idiots.
Self-enabling millionaire athletes? Yeah, so everyone knows that Toronto has way more strict COVID regulations, COVID restrictions than anywhere else in the United States.
Oh, you mean it's not over yet?
And they legit will not let you play. They legit will not let you enter the country if you are not vaccinated. So all the anti-vaxxing players that are on all these teams in the lower 48 are unable to play in Toronto. And you saw direct evidence of that last night.
Reaching out to us tomorrow on the program will be Brandon Ortega, who will be live at Minute Maid Park for the Astros and the Yankees.
All right.
So we're going to have that conversation on air talking about that. This cat's name is Tanner Hawk. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Tanner Hawk.
Tanner.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Miss me with all the Tanners except for the ones from San.
I'm talking about the Tanner family.
I am.
From Full House.
Correct.
Excuse me as I clear my throat. So Tanner Hawk is this guy you're talking about.
Yes.
He is I know better because I don't know anything, but I know that I'm better because I've always been better at this one hyper-specific thing, which is baseball. And he's the closer for the Red Sox. And oh boy, because they used him last night. As Toronto comes back, puts a 1-run, 6-5 squeaker outer on the boys in Red Sox. And the fan base in Boston is going crazy.
Uh-huh.
Tanner doesn't even make an appearance. And Twitter is count that as a blown save for Hawk.
Hey, not only did they lose in the 9th, they didn't get an out in the 9th. Not one out.
They are now 2-7 versus the Blue Jays and 7-16 against the AL East. The Red Sox have got fat on poor opponents, and they cannot beat the East.
Hey, and real talk, Tanner Houck ain't no Aaron Rodgers. You don't have this long a leash
right
when you're just Tanner Houck.
Also, if the playoffs started today, the Red Sox would face the Blue Jays in Toronto.
Oh, I love it so much.
It's perfect.
Oh, I love that so much. Nom, 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 nom.
Hey, let me get some more of that anti-vax.
And we called it out. It was like, forget Fenway, forget Wrigley, forget Dodger Stadium. The biggest home field advantage
Toronto
in 2022 is Toronto. Because there's going to be a couple anti-vax dudes on every team who can't play. There was a bunch on the New York Yankees, and they had a closed-door meeting. So it's like, hey, you want to win this division? Do you want to beat these Canadians?
Because we're trying to do that here.
Get poked. Shave your beard. Get a vaccination. Play for the Yankees.
Matt Carpenter said, "In. I'm in."
Yes.
The part that gets like
fantastic mustache too.
Oh,
where has he been hiding that his whole career?
He didn't need it.
Okay.
Also, he makes like pretty renowned salsa. Not sure what that has to do with a mustache. I like too with Boston fan where they're like, that never would have happened if we had Hawk on the mound. here's the thing. If you're going to give me a scenario where it's like this equals this, you have to then realize that the scenario of him not having the vaccine equals this. It's the exact same thing.
Correct.
Can't be losing it. You know, if we would have had Hawk on the mound and we had Nomar there at short, he'd have got to that ball in the gap.
Suck it, Jada.
Get the vax. Bill Burr is just he's writing pages of material right now.
Oh my God. He's going to do an hour on it tomorrow on his podcast.
Tana. That even is your real name. Sounds kind of fruity. Tana, get out of here.
And you know, when Tanner signs, he's the guy who's like, I'm going to give 100% to this team. I'm going to do whatever it takes. Psych.
Yeah. I'm going to give about 78% to this team.
You know, he's got
and
here.
I hope he gets it too, right?
The COVID?
Like,
no.
You don't want any. You don't want to like wish anything horrible on somebody.
I cannot follow you down this path.
But I think he needs to get it just a little bit, just like a little one, you know.
Maybe I haven't reminded the friends of the show in some time, but I got the COVID before there were vaccines.
Yeah.
Like I got the OG COVID.
Yeah.
Do not get COVID.
You got the full flavor.
Yeah.
You didn't get the light.
No, mine came with a hospital stay and a lot of goodbye texts from people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't need that one again.
No.
Don't give that to anyone. But you know what you can do right now, Tanner? With this 3 days you got off because your team's on the road in Toronto where you can't play? Keep doing your own research, bro.
Sure.
Got plenty of time for it. Figure it out, loser. Costing them games. And you called this. You called this at the beginning of the year. And you know how Boston is? What's that cat's name for the paper that's on TV all the time? Shaughnessy? He ain't going to go easy on you here.
No, he going to get it.
It's going to come at you.
And Boston is their fan base, while historic and legendary and passionate, they're probably like number 2 AHs right after Philadelphia. Like Boston will like wait for you in the parking lot kind of fans.
I just pulled up Dan Shaughnessy.
Hey, Ted, I know where your mother lives.
Say hello to Don't Worry, I Did Last Night.
Yeah.
Dan Shaughnessy at Dan_Shaughnessy, spelled the Boston way. Quote, let's be clear. Hawk chose to abandon his teammates. His personal freedom is more important. I don't like the phrase personal freedom, but I get the sentiment here.
Sure.
Tanny, I know where your favorite Jimmy Jan's is.
Oh. Can you imagine not being available? I can't do it.
And it's a cancer in the locker room too.
Uh-huh.
Because it's not like you're having a kid. Your father is passing.
Oh, that's a whole nother story.
Like the team just rallies around you. Like, yeah, let's all come together for Tanner. He's having his first child. Or, oh, Tanner, his dad's not doing too well. We gotta have this series in Toronto. Come together.
Had to break?
No, it's the exact opposite. They're like, screw Tanner. He's not here for us. We're not going to be there for him when we get back.
And even if you can get 26 of those outs, so I gotta get that 27th.
Mm-hmm. They didn't get one.
They didn't get one
in the 9th.
My last thought on it, because we got to get the swoosh.
Sure.
My last thought on it. Over the All-Star break, he's got to get the J&J.
Or at least the J&J.
You have to. If you don't even really want to do it, you don't have to really do it. Just get the J&J. It don't even really count.
You can't just get a punch of Karma Cleanse?
You cannot just get a punch of Karma Cleanse. The Suge, when we get back. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
If you're a valued customer, you deserve a simple...
Suge is online for us in 4 1/2 minutes.
Discover matches all of the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year. Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations apply. This report is sponsored by Discover.
Westbound Paseo from Jefferson to Rio Grande is starting to see taillights. Southbound 25 has delays from San Antonio to Comanche. Northbound 25 is creeping along from Gibson to MLK. And westbound 40 has delays starting from Carlisle to Coors. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Stephanie Griffin from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Andrew Perloff with a CBS Sports Minute. There are certain numbers that are sacred in the NBA. Wilt's 100, Kobe's 81, Jordan's 6 titles. But I'd argue some of the contract numbers we're seeing belong on this list. James Harden could have opted in for $47 million today. Same with Russell Westbrook. And this is just the beginning. Free agency is going to be crazy. Makes you wonder what the owners must be making. It makes for an entertaining NBA offseason. I'm Andrew Perloff.
The Jim Rome Show.
If I didn't know any better, I would say that Tony La Russa was trying to get himself fired. The Dodgers up 7-5. They've got a runner on first with 2 outs. Trey Turner at the plate. Freddie Freeman advances to second on wild pitch. And La Russa orders the intentional walk with a 1-2 count on Trey Turner. Even his own broadcasters had no idea what he was thinking or doing. There is no question. It was a terrible decision.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of ice from LG's exclusive slow-melting craft ice for better tasting drinks, making this the sound of savings on top brand appliances. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Get up to 25% off plus $750 instant savings on select LG appliances. Valid June 22nd through July 13th, U.S. only. Gas range extra. See store for details.
Hey, I'm Jackie, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is the chicken. It is golden brown, so juicy, so delicious. It's the perfect savory start to my day.
Hey, I'm Matt, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is the freshly baked, flaky, buttery biscuit. When I take a bite, it's kind of like, crispy, soft, crispy. Crispy outside, soft interior, crispy chicken. There's really nothing like it.
Start your day with the Chick-fil-A Chicken Biscuit, available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real Chick-fil-A guests paid for their testimonials.
It's summer here in New Mexico, and it's time to be outside having fun with your family and friends. You want to live it up, but it's got to be done safely. This is especially true when it comes to drinking.
Don't crash a party, no.
If you're drinking, don't be driving.
Don't crash the party.
Together, we can end DWI. Brought to you by NMDOT.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. We see it every day. People hurt in car wrecks being misled by the insurance companies in order to minimize the amount of money they have to pay. When the insurance company tells you you don't need an attorney, that's when you know you need an attorney. Want a fair settlement? Don't attempt to deal with the insurance company on your own. Call Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys today at 544-4444. We'll fight hard to get you all the money you deserve and keep you out of the courtroom.
Insurance Research Council, July 2014.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking
Back in 1 minute.
opportunity, what will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with expertise and tools with Windows 11 to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. To do more with a Latitude laptop, Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Make your 4th of July celebration even bigger this year with savings on everything you need to get your yard ready for summer. Make sure your flower beds and bushes can handle the heat with special savings on Vigoro mulch, now at a new lower price of $2.98 a bag. Keep the sun off your soil and water in the ground. Plus, add a fun pop of color that will last up to 12 months. So hurry in and get your yard ready for celebrating in the sun. Feels like 4th of July at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Available in-store and online. Color selection varies by store.
Gotta be kidding me, dude.
Jim Rowe.
Dude, don't make me block you. Don't be the first.
On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Suit. I like it a lot. I like it a whole lot. Josh, welcome to the program. How are you?
This is dramatic music that is introducing this segment.
You deserve it, brother.
Yeah, this is Jerry's world. We're all just living in it.
There we go.
What's more?
This was the Alan Trejo dramatic cue music.
Is that what? Yeah, what's more dramatic, this or walk-off grand slams?
Well, this music, obviously. I mean, seriously, a walk-off grand slam. When you're down 2, that's the other thing about. So there's in my mind, there's 2 different types of walk-offs, right? There's the game is tied, and even if you don't get a hit, it's okay because we're going to go on to the next inning. Then there's no, we're trailing. If you don't get a hit, we lose. And then with one swing of the bat, we win and we celebrate. And that was the case last night. Down 2, grand slam, win by 2. That was fun.
Super sweet.
What was the roar of the crowd like? What was Isotopes fans' reaction? Were the walls shaking?
If only we had an ability to record these things so that we can hear them.
It's tough doing extra innings too, though, right? Where it's like, because does everyone stick around on a Tuesday?
Well, the game lasted 3 hours and 20 minutes. It ended at 9:55 p.m. And remember, it was 50-cent hot dog night.
So
I think
good.
The average was 3.4 hot dogs per person.
24,000 hot dogs I saw on the social media.
It's a lot of hot dogs.
So many hot dogs.
So, I mean, you got some people that are pretty full,
Nap time.
Right. So in order to get back to your question, for a Tuesday night that's extra innings, that's pretty late, there's still a pretty healthy number of people that were around, especially when you're down 2 in the 9th. Okay, you've tied it. Neither team scores in the 10th. People start to think, all right, maybe time to go home. They scored 2 in the top of the 11th. Maybe some people start to think, go home. No, I mean, they stuck around. And for those who did stick around, they got Taco 10 coupons as a result of their sticking aroundness.
Tonight's game will be very good. And we were talking about Jose Arena before, during the commercial break, and Van is giving me all these quick hitter facts that I didn't know about MLB service time and foundations that he runs. And it's incredible to me how just the personal stories of so many of our Isotopes players, Josh, we just have a group of really good dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're both right. And I think it's not by accident. I think the Rockies do a really good job of checking on people's backgrounds before they sign them. And I also think that in general, baseball, there's not a lot of bad guys left in baseball. I feel like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, you'd walk into a lot of clubhouses and there'd be a bunch of guys who you just were not friendly people. And I think that has changed. And even just AAA has this reputation of oh, everyone's here, doesn't want to be here. Everyone's salty. This is the malcontent league. Everyone wants to be in the big leagues. Obviously, everyone wants to be in the big leagues, but it is extremely rare that and I'm saying this with complete honesty, it is extremely rare when we have somebody who's just moping around and constantly in a bad mood because he thinks he should be in the big leagues and makes everyone's life miserable as a result of it. I can't remember the last time we've had someone. There's probably someone in 2019 or 2018, but usually here's the other thing. Those guys don't stick around very often. Those guys get released. Those guys get designated for assignment. And so their choice is basically you can be miserable at AAA or you can have a normal job.
Well, now that greenies, cocaine, and steroids
that's a good point.
are all not present in the league anymore, there's a little less agitation. People are a little nicer, a little more chill. I think write that down for reasons.
That's interesting. I've felt that the proliferation of cell phones and social media have, in general, I'm not talking about the Isotopes right now, in general, have forced athletes to be on a better behavior or their best behavior in public.
That's good too.
Because you're talking about because of the exposure to fans and how easily it can be accessed by anyone.
Yes. I mean, think about Urban Meyer and think about all these things that if you're doing something that you should not be doing in public, someone has got a camera and they're going to take a picture and it's going viral immediately.
If you do something to hurt a fan's feelings, you have to be Zach Greinke. Otherwise, you're probably going to be in big trouble. So speaking of being a good teammate, did you see this Tanner Houck stuff? How he couldn't go to Toronto and then they lost in the 9th when he was supposed to be pitching. How would a locker room, i.e. this great group of guys now, respond to that here in Albuquerque?
Ooh, I don't know. And I really don't want to guess too much on how they would respond. Generally speaking, when it comes to locker rooms in professional sports, whoever the biggest alphas are in the room, whatever they think, and then everybody follows.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and so it depends, team to team and sport to sport, I mean, how the Golden State Warriors are going to respond. I mean, they're known for having just this incredible team chemistry, and they have this leader who is super excited when other people do well. Right. So I think it starts at the top. And so whoever has the most service time and whatever their view is, I think that whoever has command of the locker room or the clubhouse, they basically say, one thing, and then everyone follows. The rank and follow.
I'll tell you what's interesting to me is the only thing I could really compare it to was because in my opinion, anyone in all of life only does anything for two reasons: by circumstance or by choice. And an analogy for a long time was players would hold out for money, right? I'm taking specifically the NFL, but this is everywhere. And you would hold out till you got paid your amount of money. And I thought that clubhouses or rosters or teams were really accepting of that. And by the time you come back, it's not, hey, we don't like you. Hey, this is bad. You missed so many games. It's, hey, welcome back, King. Like, we're excited for you. Like, way to get paid. And I was like, is it that same energy here where you're by choice? How missing this? Are you going to be celebrated when you come back because you're available? Because this one to me doesn't seem of the same energy.
I agree with that. I definitely agree about players don't care. If someone's trying to get more money, they don't care. They're like, you get yours, because they know there's only so many years of your life that you have to play this. And they also know that the more money that guy makes, the more money I can make. Right?
And that's not this one. This one's different. This
one's totally different. I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I know what's going on with the Red Sox, but I knew, though, that one of the holdups for Trevor Story signing was that he didn't want to get vaccinated, and then they finally convinced him that he needed to do so. And that was like one of the holdups before the deal finally got done. But I'm not going to pretend like I know any of the dynamics of what's going on with the Red Sox. But I know this, that if someone's not there and I think they should be there, I'm disappointed in my teammate.
That's how I feel. The not to pivot too far out, but this is the first walk-off Grand Slam in the history of this whole ball club team organization ever. I mean, what's up? Where's that ball at? Where's Trejo's jersey at? Like, what's the deal? Does it go up somewhere?
Ooh, where did the ball end up last night? I mean, the jersey went into the wash, and he has to wear it again tonight, right? I can tell you that. I mean, that's what happened to the jersey. The bat, he's probably going to keep using until he breaks it. The baseball, where did the baseball go?
Because this is a piece. This is a spotlight.
Oh, well, I mean, it went over. I mean, it went over the fence and into the hill. Maybe it's still there. Maybe someone who's at the ballpark will know that you're not supposed to go there.
No,
maybe
don't go there.
Our grounds crew will go retrieve it.
That's why I just
think
maybe someone retrieved it last night already.
Put that bad boy in display. That's all I'm saying.
This sounds like a Forrest Stolting question to me.
All right, I will just send a text.
All right now.
There we go. So
okay,
7 in a row is like is it 7? I don't want to misquote it. 7 home ones in a row.
7 home games in a row have been won by the Isotopes.
So that's like the longest streak in what, like 10 years or something?
It might be. I don't have that information.
Well, it's since 2016. This is the longest home winning streak. So years aren't easy for me, but still, it's a substantial amount of time. Like, do like the teammates at Isotopes Park even remember L's?
Well, there's probably a couple of new guys who don't know what it's like to lose here, right? Does Sam Hammond know what it's like to lose here? Because Sam's only been with us now for 8 games.
Little 3-game
and that includes the time in Las Vegas. So no, Sam does not know what it's like to lose a game in Albuquerque, at least this year. He knows previous years.
What do you have yesterday? Like a couple hits?
Yeah, he had a couple more hits. Beat the shift twice.
I love that.
There was a bunch of hits the Isotopes had to beat the shift. They had like 5 or 6 to beat the shift.
In
They
Vegas,
also had like 5 or 6 that like went right to somebody as well.
in Vegas, fan, he had a home run that I think is still going.
Yes.
Yeah, it was 637 feet. What was it?
Who's on the pregame, Jay?
Alan Trejo.
So smart.
I think that I would get fired if I did not talk to the guy who hit the grand slam walk-off last night.
Knows what he's doing. Ball game starts at 6:30. Pregame at 6:15. Thanks, Shoosh.
You're welcome, guys. Talk to you tomorrow.
Appreciate you.
Sports Animal.
Spats.
We have an accident eastbound 40 at the Carlisle exit. This is affecting the eastbound
Music died about 10 seconds early.
25 ramps. Westbound 40 has delays starting around Carlisle to
We're back in 3 minutes.
Westbound 25 has delays from San Antonio to Montgomery.
Are you ready to make home homier? Get it done with Home Equity. Kirtland Federal Credit Union can help with a home equity loan or line of credit. Learn more at kirtlandfcu.org/homeequity. Kirtland Federal Credit Union. You belong. An equal housing lender. Membership eligibility required.
This report is brought to you by Kirtland Federal Credit Union.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Visit any of their stores today or shop online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Stephanie Griffin from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Stay cool this summer with AC Pro and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after mail-in rebate with the purchase of select AC Pro ready-to-use refrigerant products that include a hose and gauge. Beat the heat before you hit the road with AC Pro at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Angie's List is now Angie, your home for everything home. With Angie, you could cross your next project off your to-do list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need and we'll handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. Or browse reviews, compare quotes from pros, and connect instantly, all for free. For everything from routine maintenance to a dream remodel. Because however you want your project done, we'll get it done. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
From the moment you open the bag, through the low and slow grilling, to the very last bite of food, new Kingsford Signature Flavors hardwood pellets tantalize your senses. Kingsford Signature Flavors are made with 100% natural hardwood and 100% real spices to add a whole new rich, full-bodied flavor and aroma to your cookout. New Kingsford Signature Flavors hardwood pellets. Flavor you can see, smell, and taste. Kingsford.com.
It's summer here in New Mexico.
We're back to you in 30 seconds, gentlemen.
With your family and friends. You want to live it up, but it's got to be done safely. This is especially true when it comes to drinking.
Don't crash a party, no.
If you're drinking, don't be driving.
Here we go. We're coming back. Hey.
Together, we can end DWI. Brought to you by NNDOT.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, AM 610 KNML Albuquerque. The Sports Animal. Proud to be a Cumulus media station.
Even if they're not that proud of us.
Now betting for the Sports Animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson.
This is Two Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
So we don't often straight rip. Like, we don't just rip articles. That's not really our move.
Right.
We're like hey, here's the pulse of the nation.
Look, sports influencers don't rip off other sports influencers.
First of all,
in the summer of
we are the New Mexico Broadcasting Association Sports Influencers of the Year.
Correct.
I'm not sure if it's been announced yet.
Unanimous vote, by the way.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know who the other entries were, but they didn't have enough either sports or influence or a combination of both.
Or Moxie.
Yep. Probably Moxie was a huge part.
Or Chutzpah.
But we're ripping right here. So phillyvoice.com. So phillyvoice.com yesterday put out a 10 reasons why the Cowboys will be a dumpster fire.
Uh-huh.
We're like, oh, this is clever.
This
is
fun.
This is fun.
We could poke Cowboy fan.
You're obviously an Eagles something.
Yep.
And by the way, I would love if they do an Eagles one last. Like, that would be...
You have to.
Yeah, that would be best.
You have to.
So, to my surprise today, which I very much appreciate, phillyvoice.com put out 10 reasons the Commanders will be a dumpster fire this season.
Yep.
Well, I'm in.
Oh, yeah.
I'm against two teams. One is Cleveland, and one is Washington.
Yes. I root for both franchises' demise, and I don't often do that.
Number 10.
Okay.
Their cornerbacks and safeties aren't that great. Just kidding. Let's get to Dan Snyder. So here's what it is.
Okay.
But I don't know who this cat is.
How is that 10 and not 1?
Well, I'm actually reading. So this cat's name is Jimmy Kempsky, who we're going to reach out to. I'm going to email this dude because this dude writes funny.
Sure.
This dude is very good. So he puts a diatribe on Dan Snyder and just rips him for the 10 straight reasons that this Commanders team is going to be a dumpster fire.
We could do an hour on this.
A deserved hour on this.
Dan Snyder sucks.
He starts off with that bombshell report in which more than a dozen women alleged sexual harassment and verbal abuse by former team employees of the Washington Football Organization. That still exists.
Yo, and Homeboy has receipts.
Got them all.
All of these 1 through 10 reasons that they're going to suck. They're short. They're sweet.
Yeah.
Come with statistics. Boom. On to the next one. This Snyder one, it's an article all in its own.
It's the whole thing.
It's so funny. You suck.
Talks about how Scott Turner doesn't know much about offensive coordinating. Well, you know what? Fine. Okay. I feel like you can figure that kind of thing out. That's not a big one to me.
Yeah.
They got worse along the interior of their offensive line. Here's a list of things football fan will ever talk about. The offensive line does not matter to football fan. Can't draft them. Can't bet on them. They don't matter.
Sure.
Now this Logan Thomas not being ready to start the season, that's probably
Whatever.
They don't got any wide receivers. Here's the thing.
They got Scary Terry, bro.
Scary Terry can go.
But after that,
you're done. Curtis Samuel's not anything. You're done. They still got the Dotson kid. He was a rookie last year. They have to have him. But if you don't have the best wide receivers, you don't have a team that competes. We talk about this regularly.
Yes.
Obviously, the linebacking core doesn't matter. Chase Young also hurt. This whole team's in trouble. Here's where it gets real good, though. Jack, spelled with a QAnon, Del Rio, all of his players hate him.
Look, that's the real reason.
100% the reason.
That's the real reason that they're going to suck is because they don't respect their own coach. You don't downplay the cultural significance of Black Lives Matter when about 48 out of 53 of your employees are black.
Man, that was just a little dust up when he did that.
Just a little dust up.
he's the what about what, man? But how you gonna, why at all would you bring George Floyd in a negative light into this conversation? Your players hate you. We had Ned James on the show who coached with Jack Del Rio. He says everyone hates that dude.
Yeah, he sucks.
He's a meathead.
He legit sucks.
He bought one of those stupid Storm the Capitol mount head things. What are those things called? You know what I'm talking about? The guy who wore the horns.
The QAnon shaman?
Yeah, the shaman.
Yeah. He owns a QAnon shaman outfit.
Quote, we had a dust up in the Capitol. Nothing burned down. We're going to make a major deal. What? What? A dust up? That's where you live. You're talking about the thing where you live.
Yeah. Multiple people died. Oh, God. We're not going to make that a major deal.
What about Black Lives Matter? Also on this list, Carson Wentz is mentally soft. That's 100% true.
It's very true. It's a curse. It's a curse to play quarterback for the Washington Redskins. Everyone since Doug Williams.
No, Theismann.
That's a good thing?
No, that's where.
Well, he did have an early retirement.
That's what I'm talking.
So
that's where
nice.
It started. Yeah,
yeah, that's really nice.
That's as bad as it gets.
So they got one season of RG3.
Didn't Doug Williams win a Super Bowl?
Okay, yes, he did.
Okay.
They had one season of RG3. How much time we got? Can I rattle?
Enough.
Can
Yep, get it.
Rattle off all these names. You ready? Brad Johnson, Jeff George, Tony Banks, Shane Matthews, Patrick Ramsey, Danny Werfel, Tim Hasselbeck, Mark Brunell, Jason Campbell, Todd Collins, the ghost of Donovan McNabb, Rex Grossman, John Beck. One good season out of RG3.
Who is John Beck?
The Devil's Haircut guy. I'm a loser, baby.
No, that's not.
Oh, that's actual Beck.
That's
Never mind.
Actual Beck.
Sorry. Colt McCoy. Kirk Cousins, and then he left town. Alex Smith, great story. Mark Sanchez, Josh Johnson, Case Keenum, Dwayne Haskins, Kyle Allen, Taylor Heineke, Ryan Fitzpatrick, the GOAT, Garen Gilbert, and now Carson Wentz. Death sentence.
John Beck is a BYU kid.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't have came up with that one.
So he's a 28-year-old rookie?
He was a 28-year-old rookie. And the thing with Wentz, who, by the way, is not set up for success. Wentz, once, because he got the Foles, right? So that was the whole thing. And now he's there. And then they draft the kid who's really good, Hurts. And he's like, oh, I can't handle the pressure of this. By the way, my knees can't handle the pressure of Jadeveon Clowney. By the way, here's Nick Foles again. Like that whole thing. Over here, he don't know what to do. He don't know. He can come in with an idea of stability. He's looking at this and he's like, oh, this ain't so weird. If you don't think the Commanders are weird, you're weird.
Yeah. They suck.
They super suck.
They suck. Dan Snyder sucks. Commanders suck. I'm so sorry if you're a historical Redskins fan. Kind of like UT. Great color scheme. The burgundy and gold. It's very strong.
That was my high school.
Yeah.
That's why I wore
Burgundy and gold, really?
Yeah, it was a good look.
Okay.
Here's
he just
some
glossed over Jack Del Rio that he was fined $100,000 by his own coach. That's how stupid he is.
And Ron Rivera, by the way, is the saving grace of this whole thing.
Sure.
Cancer survivor. He's going to survive the Commanders. He already beat cancer.
He will be fine.
I got some numbers for you. We're not a numbers show. Amongst like all the qualifying categories, he's 34th out of 35 in quarterback rating.
Okay.
That's second to last.
That's not even starter worthy.
He's 20th in touchdown passes. That's bottom 20. He had the most interceptions in the NFL. Second most fumbles. Took the most sacks. 33rd out of 35 in YPA, yards per attempt.
I got you.
And his completion percentage of 57.4 is 34th out of 35.
That's not a starting quarterback.
He's a triple frown winner. Like, he's the worst.
And that really sucks. Really hurts my feelings that Carson Wentz couldn't get it together. Neither could Andy Dalton. Because I'm really out here rooting for these ginger quarterbacks.
Well, hold on.
As you know, a ginger quarterback has never won the Super Bowl. And we got to break that curse eventually.
Yeah, but he won life because he's making 33 mil.
Yeah, he's fine. He's doing fine.
He ain't got those Chase Daniel numbers, though. You see that today? 41 mil over the course of his career. He's only played 6 games.
It's so good. What's that? What's the million per touchdown ratio? It's like 8 million per touchdown his whole career.
It's like $250,000 per pass attempt.
God, that's nuts.
He's a really good mentor to Drew Brees, though, so keep that in mind. Really helped Drew Brees in his career.
I like quarterbacks with verbs in their names. Chase, Breeze.
Yeah, I'm a big actions word guy.
Yeah.
Commanders get sold this year? Question mark.
They got to force Snyder out, right? Snyder's got dirt on somebody, so they just have to throw another person under the bus.
You would think you're correct. Live chat's going crazy.
Snyder has dirt on somebody. Otherwise, he would be kicked out already.
Someone on the NFL?
Yeah. Oh, duh. A higher up.
Who's up? Goodell? That's like the one? And he don't care.
No, owners. He's got dirt on some other owners.
Oh, Jerry Jones?
Yeah, Jerry Jones, somebody else big.
It has to be him or Kroenke. Who else could it be?
Probably anybody except for Tony Khan, right?
I almost think.
Yeah.
And it's not Tony Khan, it's Shad Khan.
Yeah, Shad Khan. Shad Khan don't care. He doesn't care about the Billionaire Boys Club. But everybody else is in the cult.
Yeah, because Dan Snyder will sell you into an arranged marriage.
Yes.
Like, he don't care.
Right.
Shad Khan, he's going to get rid of Urban right away.
Yeah.
And here's why, like, obviously we work in sports talk radio. It's like, oh, we got a big reaction immediately. It's the whole thing. Shad Khan was like, we actually got to take a little bit of time to make the legalese right on this. And as soon as they had it right, he gone.
You're very right.
And then whenever they're like, you got to get Byron Leftwich, you got to do this thing. He was like, I got to get the legalese right. Because we don't. Shad Khan, he got a calculation.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just fix his problems with money.
You don't make it that far in one generation without it.
No.
Yeah, he's not old money. You got to be careful.
Well, and like, this is going to sound like super cliche. He's got like the Toyota formula. Like, he knows what it takes to make it like successful, like the approach.
Formula One?
They have a whole thing. It's similar to like the automobile. What am I Ford? Like the line. What am I trying to say?
Assembly line.
The assembly line. Okay. Where Toyota has a formula and they sell it to other businesses.
Right.
And it's like, this is how you frame your business to be successful. And obviously him making bumpers all those years, he's in on it. He knows what's up.
Yeah.
His kid runs, they sold $6 million for people to watch wrestling the other day. Are you kidding me?
That's pretty impressive.
Stupid. Good program there. Katie Bone, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Katie. Great segment. Appreciate it.
Ice Tubs Baseball's after us. Any final words, man?
Too much for the time allotted, my friend, but anything that we didn't cover, make sure you check out tomorrow on the opening drive with Jeff JJ and A. Marie.
Good job, everyone. GG.
See you tomorrow, Burke.